Welcome back to the best division in football with Awthentik in the Beard, presented by All or Nothing. What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to our Tuesday recap show. We've got Boomz back in for the same head coach being questioned by fans on certain calls, quarterback, football games, and a bunch of losses. And fellas, Awthentik, tough week for your G-Man. The Beard, tough week for your football player. Awthentik, let's start with you. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing all right, man. I already see StreamYard trying to be on some BS early on in the show one time, but I'm doing all right, man. Tough week for the New York Giants for sure, man. I saw it all over Twitter today, man. Giants Nation, everybody arguing. It's a pretty interesting day on Twitter, man. I had a blast actually chopping up with a lot of people, and man, they need to put some respect on man Kyle Pizzle's name one time. I know that much. They got to put some respect. The Giants Nation got to put you ain't too tapped in. I know you be at work and stuff like that, but they got to put respect on Giants Nation, and they got to put respect on my man Kyle Pizzle, because he the one who paved the way for a lot of us to do what we do today on this YouTube kind of thing. He been doing this for about 13 years. I see a lot of people throwing out a lot of disrespect. I think people can have their own opinions and do what they do. But you know what I'm saying? Like, just like opinions is one thing, but when you start to get the disrespect, and that could get a little bit crazy. I see the chat is saying that we had a little bit of issue with your audio, Scotty. I don't know. Let's see how we looking on that one time. Give me a couple checks, Scotty.
Check, Mike.
Oh, yeah, we good to go now. I can hear better now. That's what's up. Yeah, man, cool week. I didn't have too many big expectations for this game. My pride was definitely on the line. I wanted to see the Giants win this game, and I think they did a good job, man. I think Colt McCoy came out there and did what he had to do, and I like what Joe Judge did. I think you had to be aggressive to win this game. No touchdowns in the game. That's kind of sketchy. So, man, other than that, man, the week's been going pretty good. Me and my man Muhammad been doing a little bit of frying on Apex Legends, so no complaints, man. Just getting ready for Christmas, bro.
The beard, the fit looking good, man. Green on green. What's up with you, buddy?
Just living the dream. Busy. My Mondays and Tuesdays are literally like a Monday. It's just a Monday. A Monday is when Monday and Tuesday become one. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just this really long day. The 2 days for me.
Moose Day.
Moose Day. I like Moose Day. Moose Day is better than Monday.
Tunday.
But that being said, I pulled off a fantasy football miracle last night, which was absolutely phenomenal. So for those of you that don't know the situation really fast, Derek Carr was my starting quarterback in this league. I was in the semifinals. He gets hurt on Thursday night. I'm pretty much dead in the water at that point. Rams defense, absolutely nothing. They lost to the Jets, which was horrible. And so I go into to last night's game, and PJ, who's in the chat, I believe, has Ben Roethlisberger and Juju Smith-Schuster and is only down 16 points against the Bengals. So I'm like, literally you're looking at that like, I need a miracle. They were both at negative points at halftime. And I end up coming away with the victory by like 6 points. So I am in two fantasy football championships. I'm pretty stoked about that. If you guys don't know, we are live on Sunday mornings at 11 o'clock a.m. for the parlay. We do talk about fantasy football and NFL betting, just so you know. Yeah. So
big salute on that, too. And I'm going to owe you a nice little dinner here, because the Patriots were officially eliminated from the playoffs. So, yeah, you won that bet. And the Vikings not looking too good either.
Yeah,
2 dinners.
It's pretty crazy. So while we're here, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up. Shout out to everybody who's watching on Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, and the YouTube universe. Let me say some hellos to the people in the chat.
Facts.
My man Roman is in the building. What's good, Roman?
Hey, what's poppin', Roman? How you living?
And Steve T, beautiful. I need some entertainment in the background today while I do stuff around the house.
That's what's up. What up, Steve?
J-Mo is in the building.
Big J-Mo. Hey, what's up, man?
J-Mo's
pull up.
And touchdown TD is in the building.
That's his initials. He said last time, though. It's not for touchdown.
It's not for touchdown, just TD.
That's just his initials. You're welcome, man. It's great initials for this chat.
Sean G is in the building. What's going on, Sean G? How you doing, brother? Thank you for joining us. My man Matt Emery is here. These folks was here early, like an hour early in the building.
Hey, football season coming to an end, man. I know people getting hyped, especially Matt Emery, man. The Washington football team is definitely in the driver's seat right now with 2 games left.
My man Joseph is in the building. What's going on, Joseph?
What's
How
up,
you doing,
Joseph?
brother?
What up, fam? What up?
And we got Cernock.
Hey, Cernock in the building.
What's going on, Tank? How you doing, brother? He says, great news coming out of Washington the last couple of days.
Oh, yeah, we definitely going to get to that.
I mean, there's literally like 3 different like stories right now breaking in Washington over the last couple of days. It's not a good look. So, yeah, it's hard. And big shout out to Lax 044.
That's my dude right there. What's up, Lax? How you living?
What's going on? My man Waterfly be everywhere.
What's up, Waterfly? How you living, fam?
And
you might be right about that. It's either going to be him or Steven Montez.
we'll see. We'll see. We'll get there. Joel, thank you, Joel, for the super chat, my man. Joel sent a $5 super chat. Congrats on being monetized, guys. Merry Christmas and go Giants.
Definitely appreciate that, fam. Appreciate that.
Thank you for the love, brother. Means a lot. Sunday's in the building.
Hey, Sunday in the building. We appreciate you. What's up, fam?
Sunday, thank you for everything that you do. As always, we really appreciate you holding things down in the chat. It means a lot. Look at this. We got some Washington football fans in the house.
What up,
Big Simple 2422 says, we lit HTTR. What's going on? If you can see we don't get a lot of Washington fans in here because me and Scotty Boomz, it's like Christmas came early.
Hey, man, grab a seat, man. Get a cold drink, get a beer, relax, hang out. Glad to have you here, man.
Facts.
Man. And then we got Chris 244.
Hey, Chris, what's up, fam? Giants Nation in the building one time. We still not out, man. We still not out.
One time.
Chopped liver.
Chopped liver. That's a good name. Chopped liver. What's up, fam?
Game. Let's get his. He said get his channel turned off. He said get shut down.
Yeah. All demonetization one time. Show the game.
Brownie is here. And there goes PJ, who I was able to take out in fantasy, which was awesome. So sorry about that, PJ.
Yeah, that was major.
Because it was kind of fluky.
Definitely.
The brakes, kid. Pump the brakes, man. You got to win with some dignity.
Yeah, I know. But hey. Justin, what's up, Justin? Thank you for joining us.
What's up, fam? What's up?
And TJ Alvey.
TJ Alvey. Is that a new?
That's a new
face?
name. That's a new name.
That's what's up, man. What up, TJ?
Thank you for joining us, TJ.
Appreciate you pulling up.
That's a famous name, right? So this guy knows people.
This guy.
Hey.
Glock gets his own sound effects.
Facts. In the building, especially after the Browns did us in, man.
Yeah, crazy.
All right.
And a big shout out to Lucas, who just donated 50 Australian dollars. You guys, I can't stay long, but just wanted to wish you 3 and your families a very Merry Xmas. Go Giants. Thank you very much, Lucas. We appreciate the love, brother. It means a lot to us.
Definitely appreciate that, fam. Appreciate you pulling up too, man.
Thank you. And JJ Stengel in the building. What's going on, JJ? How you doing? Thank you for stopping through. This looks like a new name too. Griffin Bruno.
I like that.
Welcome to
Brolic
the party,
vibes right
Griffin.
there. What up, Griffin? How you living, man? Welcome.
We appreciate that. And very much thank you to Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. We appreciate you telling folks that
telling
like
everybody
button.
to come through for us. Let's see where I'm at. Oh, Hub's in the building. What's going on, Hub?
I thought Hub had a live going on right now.
Is the audio
Hub's
better,
in the
Hub?
building.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
your audio is better
It's
now for
probably
sure.
old chat from a little while ago when you was StreamYard.
then-
Yeah, we're gonna have to send them a cease and desist or something.
We see Johan.
in the building. What's up, fam?
All beats are
Every beat, bro. Every beat.
Authentic Creations.
Every
Loves to
beat.
say that. Authentic loves
Every
to say
beat. Come on, man.
Here on this show.
Bro, this is what I do. The sports stuff. I mean, yo, I was telling people on Twitter today, man, I ain't no damn GM for damn sure, but I do cook up beats for damn
You want to
sure.
talk about what we produce on this show? We're not running for these yards. You know, we're not throwing these touchdowns. These beats come off your fingertips. So, you know, that's something creative right here.
Yeah, I feel you.
Man, and then we got the Hub who dropped a $2 super chat. Merry Christmas. Have a good one, bros. We appreciate the love, the Hub.
Appreciate that, Hub.
Means
Appreciate you
a
one time.
lot. Means a lot.
I'm going to pop in on you if we can, too.
And then I see the police department's here. The fire department is here.
Let's put them up on there, I mean, right? I guess let's get into the recaps.
Nate Talks Giants. What's going on? Thank you for your support as always. We really appreciate it. Kalen Dragon 56.
That's my dude right there. What's up, Kalen? How you living, fam?
And
great conversations with him every time we chop it up, man.
The lovely Tracy is in the building.
Hey,
Tracy.
Wait, I was like, I seen her Tracy an hour ago. What are you waiting for, man? Put her
and Nick the Wick.
Yeah, I swear his computer, like the chats be way back there.
Yeah, because I start at the top.
I noticed.
To say hello to everybody. So it takes me time to get down to, what's live. Jaleesa's here. What's going on, Jaleesa?
Oh, Jaleesa back-to-back shows. I'll see you on Friday, I believe.
What's up, Jaleesa?
Ben Bayou.
Right. So that's not Pat. Pat's not the police. That's
Yo, I talked to Pat about that. I told y'all that's not Pat. 100%. Patrick hates the police, bro. He would never do that in a million years, man. Not in a million years, bro. There's another comment that Ben put up that was hilarious. I can't remember what he said, but when I saw it, I died laughing, yo.
Joe Deals is in the building.
Hey,
What's
what up,
going
Joe
on,
Deals?
Joe? And there's my man, Nick the Wick, coming through on his end of the bet that they made against, I don't remember who was against now.
Was it Waterfly or was it Word?
I think it was somebody. That was on last Tuesday, I believe.
Or was it Lax?
I can't remember.
I can't remember who the bet was
Nick
against.
DeWick coming through. Yeah, the Giants and the Browns bet.
Yeah.
Nick DeWick said that if the Giants don't win, he'll donate $20 to the channel. So he came through on his bet with the $19.99. We appreciate the support.
And they both agreed. They were like, whoever loses the bet, they'll put the proceeds towards Awthentik and the beer. So we definitely appreciate that, fam.
And Kid Blue's in the building too. What's going on, Kid Blue? What's good, brother?
Hey, make sure y'all sub up to Kid Blue, man. I forget the name of the squad. I know the squad got 27 in it, but the Young Boys is definitely doing a dope podcast every Tuesday. I want to say, ain't y'all supposed to be on the air here with the Young Guns? I want to say, but definitely check them out, man. Kid Blue definitely been a great Giants content creator for some time now, man. I've been following him for a bit here. I say for about 2 years now, man. So definitely check him out.
And Lucas is in the building also. What's going on, Lucas?
Show me the money, Lucas. What up, man?
That's
man,
our very own Jerry Maguire over there.
That's my guy, man. We got to chop it up soon, bro. We got a lot of business to handle.
And my man Tommy Bernhardt is in the building.
Tommy in the building. Nah, this the West Coast top button. You see I put the top button up on him today, man. I might Seawalker some out here in the red. What's up?
That might go well for the trivia questions tonight. All I got to say, Awthentik, it might relate in what you got.
I like that. I appreciate the hint, bro. I appreciate that.
And then make sure y'all hit up Tommy's show tonight. They going live at 10 o'clock tonight.
Oh, yeah.
10 o'clock, I believe.
They probably be on live until 10 a.m. They be late night talking, chopping it up.
In there.
And
definitely
then we
go
got
sub up.
Wales to New Jersey, MUFC.
Hey, that's what's up.
What's going on?
Welcome back, bro. Welcome back, fam.
So, yeah, big shout outs to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for dropping in and showing us some love tonight. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up while you're here. We appreciate it. Now it is time to talk about some football.
Let's get into the recaps. First team we're going to talk about, Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts. Second week as a starting quarterback now, replacing Carson Wentz. Wentz on a bench. This dude is a quarterback one. There's no doubt about it. They did lose to Arizona. It was 33-26, but by far the most entertaining game Philadelphia's played all year that I've personally watched. Jalen Hurts, back to the man. 338 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, 63 yards on the ground, and he added a rushing touchdown as well. Injected life into this offense that's been pathetic all year, the worst in football when Carson Wentz was leading it. Looks like Jalen Hurts is doing something different. Got to talk about his counterpart on the other side of the field, though, Kyler Murray. This dude had a huge day, over 400 passing yards, 4 total touchdowns. Did have 1 interception, but he had that Cardinals offense rolling like they hadn't been rolling in a while, so that was good to see. In this game, 950 yards of total offense between the two teams. So it was more like a SEC battle or something like that as far as college looked like. And here at Awthentik in the Beard, we like to call this kind of game, what do we call it, boys? A barn burner.
Barn burner.
There we go. DeAndre Hopkins, that was pretty good. Like, you guys were ready for that. Hopkins had himself another big day. 9 catches, 169 yards and a touchdown. Continues his monster campaign. With the victory, Cardinals sitting in the 7th seed right now at 8-6. They're hanging on to a playoff spot. The Beard, Do you know who Ginger Jesus is?
Ginger Jesus. I
You
don't.
heard that nickname? You never heard of it? Do you have a
I
guess?
have not. No,
Who are we talking
I
about
don't.
right now? We're talking about the Philadelphia Eagles, Ginger Jesus.
Ginger Jesus.
Carson
I mean,
Wentz.
was that Carson Wentz?
Some people
I
call
ain't never
Carson
heard
Wentz
him called that.
Ginger Jesus.
Well,
He's not playing like that right now. So
yeah, they
came out
put him up on
yesterday.
the cross.
you're not gonna get that. 2 days ago or yesterday came out said, I'm not starting in Philadelphia. I want out. If you're Doug Peterson right now, who's people are talking about firing him, Carson Wentz is talking like that, and Jalen Hurts is playing like this. I have no incentive to play Carson Wentz anymore, right? It's Jalen Hurts the rest of the year, correct?
Dude, yes.
They won't say it, but I want to hear you guys say it.
100%. I mean, listen, as soon as you made the move the first time to Jalen Hurts, that was a wrap. I said it. It was a wrap. It should have been happened already a long time. Let me tell you, the Eagles might, I don't want to say run away, but the Eagles might have a cushioned lead in the NFC East if they would have made that move about 2 to 3 weeks earlier than they did.
Yeah, I don't know. We might be jumping the gun here, man. There's not a lot of tape on him yet.
For sure.
And I think the reason why they probably didn't throw him in so quick, man, is because the little flashes you saw of him in the game, he didn't look like he had that kind of mobility until they actually gave him the start. And now you're really seeing him use those legs, man. That kid, if he can throw the ball, I mean, because in this game, he showed a little bit of a display with his arm talent here. But I need a bigger sample size, obviously. But yeah, I mean, rest of the year, it's a no-brainer. Dude's got to start the rest of the year.
I mean, dude, he was really, really good. And I know, obviously, that I'm gonna lay some fantasy stuff on you here. But I mean, like, the dude is killer. I mean, he had 4 total touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? I picked him up and started him in the fantasy semifinals in my other league that made a championship. And he put up 44 something points in fantasy. But I mean, like, he had a great day. And Arizona's defense is not like the worst, you know? Like, Arizona's got a pretty good defense, especially in that back with Budda Baker and Patrick Peterson, you know?
Budda, who got a Pro Bowl selection as well, too. He was the top safety of Pro Bowl as well.
I just think that he is... I just think that he's... I mean, obviously, you know, the small sample size is a 100% legitimate, you know, point to bring up. But in reality, it's just like, it's just a different vibe. It's a different feel on the field with the Eagles when they're, and it's not that the other teammates gave up on Carson Wentz at all, because a lot of people came to defense of Carson Wentz, like, you know, saying that like Carson Wentz is our guy, like he is, you know what I'm saying, like he's been my quarterback for X amount of years, and he's a great teammate and blase, but like, this is the nature of the league. And you know what this really reminds me of? This Jalen Hurts, Carson Wentz situation? It really reminds me of Lamar Jackson and Joe Flacco. You know, like Joe Flacco.
I know. I was going to say how on that one, too. I was going to say more like Kaepernick and Alex Smith a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's another one for sure. But I mean, like, with Joe Flacco, you know, he won the Super Bowl. He got the big contract, you know, and then I don't remember exactly how many years after the big contract, but I think it's fairly similar to the 2 to 3 years since when Philly won the Super Bowl, and then they drafted Lamar Jackson, and then right towards the end of the season, they pulled Joe Flacco and they put in Lamar Jackson, and now Lamar Jackson is the starting quarterback, you know, and which is very much similar to the Eagles situation. Very similar style quarterbacks too, between, you know, Lamar Jackson and Jalen Hurts. Obviously, Lamar Jackson is a little bit more of a running threat than Jalen Hurts is, but both have underrated arms, in my opinion.
Facts.
So I just find that situation to be very similar, and that's something that you're going to see a lot of in this league now. It's just like it's just going to be a lot quicker.
It's crazy. We haven't really talked about the score of this game, and all this hype we've been talking about. You would have thought that the Eagles would have won this game.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what people are talking about. They're excited the way that Hurts looks and the way the offense looked, but yeah, they lost.
And I liked what Jalen Hurts said after the game too, about how, like, you know, it doesn't matter, like, only, you know, like, doesn't matter about, oh, this is only my second start, and you know, like, I played well and we looked exciting on the field. None of that matters if we don't win the game. So
Yeah, that's facts.
You
Yeah.
know,
that's what you want to hear from the rookie guy, right?
it is. It just with the Eagles, it's like every other team in this division. They can't get it all together at the same time in the same game. There's always a hole, whether it's on special teams, defense, or offense. It doesn't really work well.
And this is the question I got for Awthentik. I mean, the Beard, I want you to answer it also. The Eagles have a lot of high-priced players all over the field, veterans, guys like, obviously Alshon Jeffries. You got the other receiver, Deshaun Jackson. There's a ton of guys on defense.
Travis Fulgham is, on the rise.
So if you want to talk about a rebuild, Carson Wentz, if they do the post-June cut, they can split the money up, make it a little bit more manageable. If they have a quarterback like Jalen Hurts, who's obviously a dual-threat quarterback, would that make a total rebuild easier as far as getting competitive quickly because you have a quarterback like that? Let's not forget, Jalen Hurts is on a rookie deal, but because he can do more as a quarterback, would that make it easier to kind of rip this thing down and start from the ground up?
It's crazy you bring that up because I was talking to people about this on Twitter, and a lot of people are under the impression that if you don't have the players around the quarterback when you draft a quarterback that early, that they're going to struggle until you get the players around them. So if you do treat this Eagles thing like a rebuild, and let's say you off the guys who are on like bigger contracts or guys who are veterans, you might lose a lot of talent. Jalen Hurts getting into the game has actually brought like an emergence of Alshon Jeffrey back from this injury, because when Alshon Jeffrey first got back from injury and he played with Carson Wentz, I believe, I don't even think he had a target in that game. He struggled. And then they put Travis Fulgham. He took the back seat to Alshon Jeffrey, who was getting more snaps. And in return, Travis Fulgham actually wasn't getting any catches. I want to say it was 3 games, 4 catches for like 40 yards, something like that, right? So, I think it's a very tough thing. And then you got Carson Wentz, who's eating up that cap. I think you got to maybe try to make some kind of a trade where maybe you get rid of Carson Wentz and Alshon Jeffrey and try to bring in somebody that's maybe can like fill that void with some youth and a little bit of talent, somebody who's comparable. But I don't know. They're in a really tough position because going into this next offseason, they just don't have the money. That's going to be the biggest problem for them. And they're struck even in a game like that where you get a quarterback who has, you said, 4 total touchdowns, right? You don't win the game. The Cardinals had 4 turnovers in this game, I think, right? Or was it 3 turnovers? It was 3 turnovers. They had 3 turnovers in this game, and your quarterback scored 4 touchdowns. That sounds like an alley-oop for a victory. But in return, they don't win this game. And I watched the game. It was a very back-and-forth style game. The quarterbacks were definitely battling. And Philadelphia, at one point there in the late third quarter, early fourth quarter, they figured out Kyler Murray, and he was just struggling. I want to say it was a couple 3-and-outs there. Definitely couldn't get the ball down the field. And I think the key difference in this game definitely was not at quarterback. It was DeAndre Hopkins. He just turned it on, and he made some man catches. Me and Bad Dog both tweeted, I believe we either tweeted or we said in the comment section of one of these streams that was happening at the exact same time. That's the best wide receiver in the league.
It's hard to say that. Everyone's always trying to find another name other than him. Like, well, Devontae Adams is great. Like, it's DeAndre Hopkins. Let's go ahead and put that to
Yeah, and you could see it with the skill set. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
He's very video game-esque.
These are man catches.
Do you think that Bill O'Brien sees DeAndre Hopkins in his nightmares?
Yeah.
Do you think he probably has bad dreams, or he wakes up and he's like, Hopkins, DeAndre, are you there? Like in his closet, like the boogeyman. Can you imagine
the dude... I can't. When it happened, like I thought it. You know how like you get people that put stuff up on the internet, and you're like, oh, then you see it, right? And then you go and you check like Adam Schefter's Twitter or you check Google, and you don't see any stories about it. You're like, oh, this is hogwash. So I thought it was like one of those. Like the other day, I saw somebody tweet something about Deshaun Watson's coming to play football in Washington next year. I was like, this is ridiculous. Like,
you never know.
Don't you know which one of your friends are like quality sources? Like, I have some people that I'm just like, as soon as I see it, I'm like, you know what? Take this with a big grain of salt because it's probably going to be some baloney. You gotta know.
I hope I'm not one of those guys.
I heard Giants fans talking the same thing. Like, man, is there any way we could trade for Watson? Because any team would take Watson. Watson is the one quarterback who's getting it done with a medium average kind of wide receiver core at the moment.
Their team is awful too. Like they have a decent wide receiver core, right? But the Texans, they would be the Jets without Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Okay. I do want to address this. Nate Talks Giants asking about who would want to take on Wentz's contract when there's so many other options.
Nobody.
If you guys really look at who is scheduled to be free agents at the end of this year at quarterback, there's nobody.
Okay, but Carson Wentz right now is not even a nobody. He's a negative because he costs money too, and he sucks.
Right. You got to give somebody a present with Carson Wentz for them to take on that
But
contract.
do we really think Carson Wentz sucks though?
No. I mean,
Field though, what's he been looking like? This is a project. He's not ready to go. Give me Tyrod Taylor at half the price.
Oh my God.
yeah, that's true.
I'm so serious right now, bro. Look at Tyrod Taylor's career stats. The dude doesn't turn the ball over.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think that was that funny. I mean, Tyrod Taylor is a baller. The real problem this year was they punctured his lung like some idiots over there.
And he said he wasn't going to sue him. But I'm just saying, like, the Beard, I understand there's not a lot of high-end talent. You see guys, but Wentz hasn't been Wentz in 3 years.
Hey, one thing, too, I think that we're forgetting about here, too, is that in these last 2 games that Jalen Hurts has started, Doug Peterson relieved the play calling duties. They're calling perfect games for him. We know with Carson Wentz, they were not calling perfect games. Miles Sanders not getting the ball at all. I want to say in this game, they stuck to the run with Miles Sanders as much as they possibly could. I think he had like 17 carries. Those are them kind of games that the Giants were winning early on in the middle of the season, kind of, where we were just hammering Wayne Gallman, and 60 yards can win you the game. But it's about committing to the run. With Carson Wentz, they would never commit to the run, and I think that's a major problem. But I think the verdict ain't out yet. You know, we need to see a lot more football from Jalen Hurts. And as far as free agency goes, what's up with Marcus Mariota?
I don't know if he signed a 1-year deal or not.
That dude looked good.
He did look good.
He signed a multi-year deal there, right?
Hey, Scotty, I'm still seeing a little complaint about the mic in the chat. Try to go to your cam mic situation and take off your echo cancellation and see if that can maybe fix it. It sounds like it's gating you a little bit, maybe.
Audio. Take it off.
Yeah, take it off.
All right, check. Mic check.
Yeah, I think we're going to be good.
Yeah.
It sounded like it was trying to put an effect on your voice, so we'll see what happens there. If anything, chat, keep us in the loop with that, please. We're going to need y'all help. Y'all are part of this production team just as much as the 3 fellas on the screen. We definitely appreciate you.
Check. Sunday.
Yeah, man, but I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles is going to be a tough situation, bro. I mean, they got a few players. I feel like the one good thing about them is that on the defensive side of the ball, they're doing a good job. You know, I just think you got to clean up a couple things on the other side of the ball here. And Jalen Hurts got to find a way to not get sacked so much as well. You know, you don't want to see the whole Deshaun Watson thing. We talked about it last week, but that crazy statistic with Randall Cunningham being sacked 72 times in one season, 60 in another. Deshaun Watson has had a season where he got sacked 60 times, I believe, too, as well. In 2019, it was 44 sacks. You don't want to see that. I don't want to see this guy be driven out of the league very fast because he is a mobile quarterback who definitely uses his legs to make a lot of plays. And, man, just some gutsy runs, man. That one touchdown run that he had, he was stopped like at the 4-yard line, and he just bulldozed his way through to get over there and get the touchdown, man. So I like what I'm seeing from the kid. I think he's got a high ceiling. I want to see him ball out. Not too much. Pump the brakes. My Giants got to get at the top of this division. And we talked about this, too. We need to see Washington and New York be at the top of the division for years to come. So, Philly, y'all need to just chill. Try to find a way to get rid of Carson Wentz. The man don't want to play over there if he's not going to be a starter. So, make something happen.
They said Scotty Boomz is a little low.
Yeah.
Low.
And you got operation on that, too. You can use your input one, Scotty. Crank it up a little bit. And I think he just started talking lower, too. I think because before we were a little bit more hype. Yeah, you good. That's Gucci.
Right.
And I'll lower me and Tim to kind of equivalent, you know.
The Beard, so you feeling good about Jalen Hurts? Last words?
Yeah. I think Jalen Hurts is he's the future quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles franchise.
And kudos to him. Kudos to the Beard, man. Yo, he's the only person I saw that was high on him, like straight up.
Yeah,
he's the only person that was saying that.
Pick. Even Philly fans hated that pick. They hated that pick until 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Now they're like, you know what? Maybe not a bad pick anymore.
Yeah, straight up, man. Sounds like a lot of fans I know.
There's a plenty of videos out on YouTube of Eagles fans react to Eagles drafting.
They're saying you're still low. They're saying Scotty's still low. So let's get this right. Scotty, we're gonna do this on air too. Go to your cam mic one more time.
Yeah.
And go to your audio setting and automatically adjust mic volume. Is that checked?
Yes.
Uncheck it and turn it up more.
It's in the middle. It's at 100. Go to what? Like
get it to 140 one time.
So what you want to do, chat? You're gonna go to mic volume. You're gonna take the little slider. You're gonna slide it.
It is low. Yeah. Go ahead and crank it.
200. Check.
200 and X out of it. X out of that window.
Check, check. Louder, still short.
Still seems a little low.
Audio's janky.
Yeah, it's a little janky today. Let's put echo cancellation back on and put automatically adjust back on. Because it's definitely something on StreamYard's side. I could hear it on that effect that they're doing there.
Echo on and all that.
Yeah, you see us doing the same thing there. We might have to just tolerate with you a little bit low.
I can talk louder.
Yeah,
That's good. That sounds good right there.
Check loud too. Checking your talking voice. But that sounded good.
With my outside voice inside.
Yeah, and I could tell it's when we overlap. So Beard don't overlap. We'll try. Anytime Scotty talking, we'll try to not overlap because that seems to hurt it too.
If you see my mouth moving, let me talk. Right.
Yes,
all right. So we're done with Philadelphia. Should we move on to Washington?
Yeah, let's get it.
They say all good things must come to an end. Washington football team's winning streak did come to an end. They lost to Seattle 20-15. They were bit by the turnover bug on Sunday. Still hung on to make it a somewhat competitive game. It's kind of been a theme for Washington football this year with their good defense. They were down in the all burgundy jerseys. Starting backup, well, I guess really third-string quarterback, Dwayne Haskins, came out flat in the first quarter, turned it on in the second half. They outscored the Seahawks 12-7. It wasn't enough, though, to overcome that sluggish start. 2 early interceptions, a late missed extra point by Dustin Hopkins. Really, really killed Washington. Critical plays in the game. That's just kind of the way it happens. Washington still controls its own destiny in NFC East. If they win out, they're in. If they win this Sunday and the Giants lose, they're in. They got a couple little routes, but didn't look good against Seattle. The Beard, up and down affair for your boy Dwayne Haskins. At this moment, we're going to talk about on-the-field stuff. In a little bit, we'll get to off-the-field stuff. But he started slow. 2.5 quarters, he didn't look good. End of the third, and then the fourth quarter, he had a couple nice scoring drives. What did you see that you liked? What didn't you like from Dwayne Haskins?
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. It feels really rough to try and talk about Dwayne Haskins right now. Like, he just it completely blew me because, like, when the news broke, now it just changes how I want to talk about him. I mean, let's be honest. The way the game started, they didn't have... You could tell that Scott Turner has no faith in Dwayne Haskins. Just on the way that the play calling was for the entire first half, A. B, the run game is just not the same without Antonio Gibson. And McKissick, and I said this about this team even before Antonio Gibson, got hurt, how this offense runs through Antonio Gibson. He is the key to everything being successful with this team offensively. And the problem is that without him, McKissick does a good job. Peyton Barber does a good job. But what's really weird is they still are having trouble, like, using Barber and McKissick in the right situations for what they're best at doing.
They're limited, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, and then so as far as Dwayne Haskins goes, he looked super flat, like just didn't have that oomph, like there was no spark in the first half. And, credit to the Seahawks defense. The Seahawks defense played well in the first half. And, Dwayne Haskins had the first interception was just a poor decision,
a bad ball. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a duck.
That was like that was a penguin.
In the second half, he wasn't making that throw. He was taking off with his legs and getting the first down. So that was a big
fourth quarter, really. That was only like the last 3 drives of the game. It took
he ran for 3 first downs on third downs during this game, which was
that was all in the last like 2 drives though, wasn't it? I feel like
but in the second half, and then right in the beginning of the second half, the second turnover, the second interception, what happened was they were running the post route. Okay, Terry McLaurin was running the post route, and he thought that the corner was going to, take the post route. And as soon as the corner made that initial move to follow Terry, he decided he was going to throw the ball to the sideline, and the corner didn't follow Terry. Came down, easy interception. So it was just a bad read, and he made a bad decision. It wasn't terrible, but it was, it was probably a bad read on his part. In that defense, Ahuma says it was the coach's fault. In that defense, it might not have been the best play call. But on the opposite end of those 2 interceptions, he played really well in the second half. In the second half, the way that the offense, and we talked about this for 2 years now, with Dwayne Haskins, you have to have a fast-paced offense. And it's not necessarily no huddle all the time, but just quick. Everything kind of has to be quick because he's definitely a real rhythm guy. And I thought that he picked up that rhythm in the second half, and it worked really well.
Do you notice that when it comes to the routes, they want receivers to run with Dwayne Haskins? He's got a great arm as far as strength, but when it comes to the arm talent, that's 3 different things. It's having good touch on the football, having a strong arm, and obviously be able to place it as far as reading a football field and seeing where the receiver's going, putting it ahead of him so he can catch it in stride. Haskins only has a strong arm at this point. There's really not that arm talent. And do you notice that in the fourth quarter when the drives were going well, it was a lot of bullet passes, those little hold down the X button in Madden.
We talked about that too, about how Dwayne Haskins
best routes. Those are his best throws.
He throws the ball really hard, and sometimes it's not the best situation for him to do it. But it took them 3 quarters to get Terry McLaurin on a slant. I don't know why I didn't see any of that. And there was absolutely no balance on offense. I see Ben just typed it in the chat, 55 throws. There's no balance.
That's really all you got to tell me right there. 55 throws, you're not winning the game.
And he didn't even get 300 yards passing.
And the other thing is people will always give, I know a lot of people always tell me about the run game, how they're like, well, you can't run the ball if you're down, But yeah, they were down.
He said da-da-da-da-da. Is that not facts?
I just saying that I always believe that,
especially when your top running back is not there.
There is you still have to try. Okay, 20-3. The defense was stopping them at the point. Just kind of you have to mix it up a little bit. Even just run a couple of nice plays with McKissick. That's all I ask. And then. But Dwayne Haskins isn't the reason why we lost the football game.
Is it play calling then? What are you saying?
No, I mean, we lost. There's 3. The play calling was awful, yes, but the 3 reasons his 2 interceptions played a part, particularly the first one because we were driving on that we were in position to kick a field goal. The 3 main reasons why we lost this game. Number 1 was the rush defense. Our rush defense was just not there.
We got ran over.
We got ran over. The rush defense was probably the number 1 reason why we lost. Number 2, Dustin Hopkins missed extra point. And number 3 was
I'm done with Dustin Hopkins.
He's missed an extra point or a field goal in 9 games this season.
How does he still have a job?
I don't know, especially with the way that Ron Rivera's been yanking people left and right for bad performances. You would think, but they got faith in this kicker. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but yes, those are the 3 main things that really messed us up: was the rush defense, the missed extra point, and Dwayne Haskins' 2 interceptions. But the missed extra point was critical, man, because
and I didn't notice it till the end because we had to go for the 2, then we missed the 2. And then we need a touchdown in the last drive.
And instead of a field goal, then we could have just tied the game and, take it from there. But those were the 3 main reasons why I believe, played the biggest role in us losing the game. Defensively, we played excellent against the pass. We basically held that Seattle pass offense in check the entire game. Russell Wilson didn't even get over 200 yards passing.
Barely got over 100. He had 121 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception in this game. I honestly think that not running the ball is what got y'all back in this game. And Dwayne Haskins did a lot of good. I mean, if you look at third down, y'all were 10 of 17 on third down. That shows you that he was converting on a lot of third downs. The problem is just the mistakes that he was making, when y'all, the 1 interception, the first one was down there by the red zone. So you taking points off the board right there. And that's major. And then definitely the kick. I mean, the kick is a problem. I mean, this the kind of game that Seattle has been playing as of late. Russell Wilson has not been hot. I don't know for what reason, but it seems to be like 2-3 years in a row. This is the same story that, the back half of the season, he starts to struggle. The first half of the season, he's a clear-cut MVP leader, and then they just tend to fall off. I don't know if we could blame it on injuries to his running backs. I don't know what it is, but running backs tend to always get hurt in Seattle too. I don't know if it's the style of play they're doing over there, but I think Washington did a lot of good things in this game. To get 20 rushing attempts in a game where you were pretty much getting blown out early in the game. And this is like the second game, I want to say, that they came back, right? And they lost. What was the score for this last game? Didn't y'all come back and fall short last week as well?
No. The last one you're thinking about is the Detroit one.
4-game win.
Oh, yeah, the Detroit one. Yup, and then you end up losing on a field goal late in there with 16 seconds left.
We've had a couple of those games where we come back. The defense plays well.
Yeah, that's facts. I mean, this is a tough loss for them because Washington, if they would have won this game, you really, really, really in the driver's seat. And now you kind of let a couple teams hang around here. With Dallas getting that win, that makes things a little bit closer for them. But I'd like to talk about the real issue at hand. I mean, we talked about that game for about an hour. Can we talk about the real issue at hand?
Showcase, Fuegos, Camelot, Good Guys. Or
before we went on air, we shared all of our favorite strip club.
I shared my thoughts, at least, on Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I was going to say we shared our favorite strip club stories.
Bonehead on this planet?
Probably not.
Not tonight.
Look, listen, I'm as somebody who has messed up a lot in their life, okay? I believe in second chances. But this has become like number 4, number 5 chances.
And I know you were saying last show, it might have been the show before last, but it was last week. Oh, I'm hearing things that Dwayne Haskins is showing up and culture. He's da-da-da-da. When they talked about him, he ain't the first guy in the locker room.
Shout out to Matt Emery. Just dropped a $5 super chat. Morgan Moses never should have gone back in. Yeah, that was one that we definitely wanted to touch on. I forgot to touch on, too, is like that second sack of the game in the fourth quarter on that drive to try and win the game. He got hurt, came out. That was the first sack, and then came back in, and then that was a second sack. And I saw people on Twitter. Like Dwayne Haskins took 2 sacks, and I'm like, dude, did you not see what's my man's name who just got there too? The D end. Oh my God! Why is his name passing me right now? He wasn't even supposed to play.
Carlos Dunlap.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he was in his face in like a tenth of a second.
That's the reason Moses had to come back on the field because David Sharp, who's our swing tackle right now, the dude Agio. So he got beat like he didn't even touch him on the first sack. So Moses was like, "Let me gut it out and go back out there." I mean, when you talk about a small margin of error, that's Washington right now. We don't have a good backup tackle. We lose our tackle for 2 plays, your game's over. That's exactly what happened.
Tracy says she want to hear our best strip club stories. I'm thinking about sharing that one I told y'all before we got on air. I'll make it real brief. I'll make it real brief and not so graphic.
Yeah.
So, Brandon Curtis came out for the strip club stories.
What's up, Brandon? How you living, fam?
Hey.
All right, so back in the day, man, when I was probably like a good 21, 22 years old, right? I had a youngin', one of my homies. He will remain anonymous, right? But he was my youngin'. He has a name that's kind of like one of y'all offensive linemen for the Washington football team. So for those who know us,
now you're going too far.
So my 3 homies actually were meeting us outside, and my boy Damon was throwing a little strip party. It had 2 strippers in there, and the strip party just getting popping. And my 3 homies show up, so they're like, "Yo, meet me at the door." We don't know whose house this is, when not. So I go to the door, right? And right when I'm leaving to the door, my youngin', who he was probably like 16 or 17 actually at the time, the stripper, he was like trying to act a little older. He's like one of the only dudes throwing out money and stuff like that. And the stripper like, "All right, you gonna lay on your back right here, right?" So I go outside, and he's just getting set. The girl's just setting him up in the middle of the room, about to use him as a prop in her show, right? And I go out to the garage. I let the homies in. We walking up the stairs, and I lie to you not, when we came back in, this man looked like a baby getting his diaper changed. His legs were flipped over by his ears. And I'll just keep it this so it's not so graphic. She was using her mouth to change his diaper. Yo, I walked in, and here's the crazy thing. Like, when I walked back in, right, I just see it was all dudes and the strippers in there. So it's like 14 dudes. And it looked like, 2 pit bulls was fighting in the circle of dudes, right? So I had to stand up, and I stand up and I look, and he locked eyes with me as he was getting his diaper changed. I was like, bro, he was so embarrassed for the rest of the night. Yo, it was crazy. And we used that story. And like talking about this Dwayne Haskins thing, I totally forgot about this story until we started talking about Dwayne Haskins, man. So, yo, RIP to the diaper, man. The homie, dog. It was the most embarrassing story ever.
How do you come back from that? How do you come back from that? You know,
You gotta hope people just forget, man.
You gotta smile and be like, "Hey, man, I got my diaper changed, guys."
Joel said that's talent right there.
you got to pay extra for that. That's when the $25.
Oh man,
yo, it was wild. I'm glad. The older you get, them kind of stories, you can kind of forget them, man. And as soon as we started talking about strip stories, I was like, wow. So, yo, shout out to Tracy one time for asking about the strip stories. I know how y'all get on your podcast, Tracy. Y'all stories be wild, man.
We got Johan and Brandon in here talking about the strip club duo back during X-Rays. No place like Showcase, man. Let's get it popping.
Allegedly, right? Allegedly.
Allegedly. I'll tell you, the funny thing is like the guy. So somebody on Twitter like tagged us in the pictures. This was yesterday.
Oh yeah.
And I looked at it and I was like, I believe I actually said, there's no way he's that stupid, right? It's probably an old picture, and they're just trying to throw some shade and stuff like that. And sure enough, it was, man.
You see the dude made his profile private? Like, it's like a 12-year-old kid, like, slamming the door shut. Like,
Haskins did that?
He made his profile, like, come on, bro.
Wow.
Well, because look, I was watching Twitter, and literally, because I kept, the story started getting more and more steam, right? And so I was watching the Twitter, and I just was watching it like it was like live action. It was like the comments, the retweets, the numbers were just skyrocketing, and it took 15 minutes before he took his account down or made it private.
I only saw one. Were there multiple?
I saw three.
A video and a picture, I thought.
Video? Was there any nudity?
Nah, it was just a lot of cheeks.
Yeah, tattooed cheeks.
Yeah, tattooed. You know how I knew it was Haskins? When I saw that the little head wrap, the little scarf joint, I was like, that's Haskins. Yeah, that's him.
Look, and the thing that set him up too was he had that. I'm not a fancy guy, so I might say this word, but it was like he had his favorite Givenchy hoodie on, and like that was like another giveaway.
Givenchy, I don't think it's that.
Givenchy.
Javinci.
Yeah, Javinci.
Javinci.
Yeah.
But like
Gravetti?
he had shout out Gravetti, what's up?
He had that hoodie on, and I was just like, man, you.
Oh, that was AJ Ford that tagged us in that one.
It was. And so I just, and then the other thing too is the person who saw the story, right? Saw the I don't know if it was a stripper or if it was another girl who saw the Instagram story and was like, that's Dwayne Haskins. Screenshotted it and then put it on Twitter. That's not cool, man.
Might have got paid.
You can't blame them.
I'm not blaming him. It's Dwayne Haskins' fault 100%.
I don't think it's not cool for them to do that. It's the internet, yo. If I saw that on Twitter, I want to be the person breaking that story with Dwayne Haskins looking crazy. That dude is the dumbest person on the planet. He literally got his 5th second chance here and completely ruined it. And this is what I told Tim off the air, like, what were you celebrating?
Taking the field.
I told Awthentik beforehand the things that he might have been celebrating were it might have been his girlfriend's birthday. Apparently the whole thing was his girlfriend's idea. Okay.
Oh, is she in the picture?
Yeah.
She is.
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
It makes it a little better in my mind. I'm okay with it, I guess. The no mask.
I think that's even worse. I think that's even worse, bro.
And this is another thing too is like we don't even know if he was really in a strip club.
It didn't look like he was. It looked like he was in a house.
Yeah. So I mean, like,
that's worse.
But what if Tim,
the only thing that they could do, Literally the only thing that they could have shown me, if I was seeing the sequence of Snapchats, right? You see all the cheeks clapping, right? And then you see Dwayne Haskins, and he had singles, you said, Scotty.
If he had a mask on.
No, not if he had a mask on. If he literally had COVID tests for every one of the girls on the next Snapchat, dog. That's the only way that could have went down.
Yeah, or if he had a mask on. If he would have a mask on and was around the strippers, it wouldn't have been as bad, right?
No, because the mask doesn't protect you.
Authentic, that would have been a PSA. If they did that type of snap where like having a good time, less than 25 friends, all tested negative.
Right.
Keeping it legal. Like that would have
had it on a clipboard, like bang, you thought it was. But instead, Dwayne Haskins is an idiot bonehead.
Yeah.
And he had a strip party. And if it's his girl and she convinced him into that, I don't care if it's her birthday or not. You just came off the field off a straight L. You need to go hit the books and go look at that playbook.
100%. I'm not here to make excuses for Dwayne.
Man, yeah,
Dwayne
you are. Get out of here.
No, not at all. Like, listen, I told you, man. Like, it's it. That's it. Like
everything I was telling Tim off air, he was like, "Yeah, man, but it was his girlfriend." They said, "Yeah, man, but they said he wasn't at the strip club."
No.
Yeah, man, he's an idiot.
He's an idiot. There's no question about it.
Right. That's what you're looking like right now. You're looking like T.O. Hey, yeah.
There's no question. There's no question about it that, yes, it was a poor decision.
AJ says it was a strip club.
AJ was there. Hey, Jake, what's up, man? You were there. Tell us what went down.
He set the party up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and it's the crazy thing. This is why I maybe don't think it was his girlfriend's birthday and idea.
Okay.
Because imagine this, right? You know, Awthentik, starting quarterback for the New York Giants, wearing number 4, right? I come off the field after I take an L, right? Not just substituting the game. I take an L. And my girlfriend, it's her birthday, right? But when I go to the party, they all wearing my jersey. What significance does that have to do with my girlfriend's birthday?
I don't know, man. Listen, there's nothing we can do. Right. I mean, there's nothing we can say to make this acceptable.
Were they all strippers? Because I
don't know. There's
all the ones on the couch in the jersey.
That's a good point.
They didn't all look like strippers. I'm telling you right now.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Like, these don't look like strippers to me. I think and that might have been the girlfriend and the girlfriend's friend, and then the strippers, because there was a clear line of demarcation, if you will.
Yeah.
The talent in the room, and then
the talent in the room.
Squad, practice squad players is all I'm trying to say.
Oh man, you see, I normally try to keep like my serious beats on the podcast. I needed some tip drill beats for this segment right here. I needed some straight trap, drop it low kind of joints, some vibes for that. That's wild, bro. I cannot believe that news when it's AJ who tagged us in that.
Yeah.
When I saw him tag us in that, I kind of ignored it. I was like, I don't even know what I'm really looking at. And then I was like, wait a minute. I said, we need to ask the Beard about this. The Beard chimes in and he was like, oh man, you could post he said, yo, Tim be copping and pleading, dog. He said, you could post like an old picture and videos to your stories. I said, bro.
That's your best friend or something. Like, nah, it's not what you think.
It's not what you think.
Look, man, I have time after time tried to defend Mr. Haskins.
You have.
I have tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. I've tried to like I said, I'm a man that believes in second chances, but this is where the buck, this is a saying, right? This is where the buck stops.
The bus or the buck? I can't remember.
Well, this is what we talked about off camera, the Beard, real quick. We'll get to you before we get off this Washington crazy talk. If you were Ron Rivera and you had any legitimate option, number 1, is Dwayne Haskins hitting the bench? Number 2, would you consider cutting this man?
To be honest with you, I'm surprised that he didn't get cut. But I mean,
culture. You want good culture. This is what
I understand that. But also, I think that there was some sort of communication between him and Haskins that kind of maybe smooth things over a little bit. And also, you just have to think about it realistically. Like, man, there's a big difference between cutting somebody in the off season, right, and cutting a quarterback that might be your only option heading into, this playoff push. Like, that's the worst part about it, bro. It's like, it's a pandemic and you're 2 games left, man. 2 games left.
For your life. For the whole rest of your
I'm
life.
just like, man. But listen, look, there's, and this might actually go to prove one of my other points about Alex Smith maybe hitting the wall. Like, you know, they say they're confident about Alex Smith being ready for this week, but
I'm not.
But
They
there,
would've said something by now.
yeah, right. Like,
But what you mean by hitting the wall? Like health wise or what?
yeah. Remember how last week I was saying about how his body, his legs might have hit the wall when the calf strain injury happened, and it just, he might not be physically strength wise to come back. It just might not happen. He might be able to if they can maybe another 2 weeks of rest, maybe might be able to build up enough strength in that leg to come back.
They talked about I actually saw Annalie talking about this on Facebook about the documentary about Alex Smith, and they said that they had to remove a lot of I don't know, tissue or cartilage in his calf, so he doesn't got a lot left in that calf is what they were saying.
You got to see the leg. I mean, there's nothing there. It's bone and then a bunch of scar. It's hideous, number one. But there's just not a lot of muscle left. And that wall thing, I told you I like that analogy. And the one I was thinking about, a good comparison to what we think Alex Smith might be going through, was Peyton Manning at the end of his Broncos career.
With the neck.
Remember, he set that record. Well, just how quickly it went downhill.
Right.
He broke the record that one year. And then the next year, he was getting benched for Brock Osweiler.
Right.
The dude, he couldn't throw the ball more than 9 yards. And don't get me wrong, he had the neck thing for sure. But 36, 37, 38, 39, I know that's young in human years, but on a professional football field, you're getting up there. And I kind of believe what you're talking about. If Alex Smith, he doesn't get announced as starter by tomorrow or Thursday, I'm concerned that he's not going to start another game this year.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Oh, real quick to that comment Marjorie said, though. Here's the thing about the COVID with the mask, though. It's like when you wear a mask, that doesn't prevent you from getting COVID. That's really a preventative thing to prevent other people around you. So people look at it as a courtesy to wear a mask when you're in these, rooms with a lot of people. So really, if we're talking about the mask, I would have liked to see everybody at the party in a mask, and some distancing. I mean, he's literally, it looked like it was his birthday. All I want for my birthday is yeah, you know what it is. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was in that joint looking like 2 Chainz, bro.
And listen, I see a lot of people in the chat talking about Taylor Hanke.
Hey, with the head wrap, Scotty, with the 2 Chainz head wrap.
I hate you, Dwayne Haskins.
Oh, I'm getting no audio on Scotty now.
Yo, I'm back.
There we go.
The dogs were wilding out, man. I'm trying to keep it quiet.
I hate Dwayne Haskins so much right now. You've ruined me. I can't stand up for you right now, Dwayne.
Hey, but on the real, I know
I love you, man.
We did sidestep. So what do you do? Are they going to start?
Okay, so this is the situation. They basically, you have an opportunity as a team to either discipline the person who broke protocol yourself, or if you don't, the league will step in and discipline them. So the options of discipline if they come from the league, can be as something simple as a fine, all the way to a 4-game suspension. Now, the problem here is that Dwayne Haskins already has a COVID protocol violation from when he tried to book the hotel room for somebody that was outside of his immediate circle when they were playing the New York Giants.
Wow.
But what happened is that they caught that violation before the person actually came to the hotel. So it kind of was, I guess, a pass in sort of sense, but I believe he still got fined. So Washington stepped out and said that they will handle this internally, and they already have handled it internally. So my thoughts are, if they were going to suspend him, they would have said it right then and there.
They said they handled it internally.
They said they've already handled it internally.
But nothing really put out to the public about what they did.
Internal. So I'm assuming they hit him probably with a real hefty fine. And the other situation is he's probably... I don't know. This is what makes it really tough is, okay, so now does he have to quarantine himself after this? He's going to get...
Yo, that's a great point.
He's going to get tested.
The Giants just had James Bradbury stay out of a game where he didn't even test positive for COVID. It was literally a close contact thing.
But see, now they have no proof of his of any close contact, right?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming they'll
with
probably
somebody with COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he had them cheeks real close.
Yeah.
Are they going to go find and trace all these women of the night?
No,
and
I doubt it.
They're going to test them all and find out? No, probably not.
Yeah,
I would
and
doubt
so like, but this is luckily this is only Tuesday, right? But when we start getting into Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, there's
crazy.
There's so much stuff that can happen between now and then. So like, you literally could be looking at now. So you have either Alex Smith, Dwayne Haskins, Steven Montez, Tyler Hankey. One of those four guys is going to be
Hankey, and who is we said
okay.
Montez?
So Steven Montez is an undrafted free agent rookie that we've had on the roster all year. He was on the practice squad.
He's a quarterback though.
Yeah, quarterback from University of Colorado. He that's LaVisca's boy.
Gotcha.
So he he was brought up when Kyle Allen went down and Alex Smith got the starting job.
Yeah.
And so Tyler Hankey was signed 2 weeks ago to be a lot of teams are doing this now. He was signed to be our emergency COVID quarterback.
So you don't have a Broncos situation?
Exactly.
That's exactly what I was thinking
after the
about.
Broncos situation happened, a lot of these teams started signing emergency COVID quarterbacks for their practice squad. So that, and he's played, a lot of people are saying him over Montez because Montez has zero NFL experience, and Hankey played in the system for Carolina at one point or another.
You know what experience Steven Montez does have is throwing shade, because the dude's been on Twitter all day liking every tweet saying Dwayne Haskins is garbage.
Yeah, didn't he like there's some other
team.
things that went down too. Yeah.
He's like, "Come on, coach, give me the ball." Spike don't care. That's what he's saying right now.
Don't care.
Spike don't care. Give me
Spike
the ball.
don't care.
Any last words, Beer? We got to get rolling here. You guys,
I know, and this is such a fun topic. I'm not even gonna lie, dog. What an idiot, man. What an idiot.
My last words are do better, Dwayne.
Do better. All right.
Do better.
Washington, disappointing. Still got their destiny in their own hands. We're going to take a quick commercial break, coming back with trivia. Then we're going to get to Awthentik's New York Giants, finish out with the Cowboys. Hang tight. Be back in 16 seconds.
Your wide receiver on IR? Aw, shucks. Your running back keep fumbling every week? Man, damn it all. Well, come chop it up with you boys. We are waiver wire tight. Awthentik and the Beard. Every Sunday morning, streaming live at 11 a.m.
Ladies and gentlemen, top story tonight. Awthentik and the Beard present the parlay at 11 a.m. on Sunday mornings. All your fantasy advice. Well, fantasy's almost over.
Ladies and
gentlemen, if you do like to gamble, come check us out. 11 a.m. It's always a good time every time. Looks like Jazz Flute has come in quick today. We are getting to trivia time. We got to get rolling. Our producers are angry at us. I can see him leering.
I see him in the chat. Like, get it together, Awthentik and the Beard and Scotty.
I'm still impressed with my ability to be able to spell epilepsy.
Yo, I asked Muhammad that question because Muhammad's a major Lil Wayne fan. And I was like, yo, man, the Beard demolished me on trivia time last week. And they were talking about what is the condition that Lil Wayne has. And he was like, oh, epilepsy.
Because Muhammad's a very smart guy. I would absolutely.
And he loves some Lil Wayne.
Yeah, Muhammad would know that, though. Muhammad's bright. I got 3 questions for the guys tonight. 2 football questions. 1 hip-hop question. We like to do that a little bit. Chalkboards. They're going to answer simultaneously. Chat. Feel free to drop your answers if you know them.
Woo!
Gentlemen, we'll try to steal if they don't know. The Beard, are you ready?
I don't look at the chat anymore.
I'm done with you. I'm not listening to you anymore during trivia time because I can't.
I got that chat right open right here.
Right. It's authentic. Man, I tell you what, though.
Epilepsy.
Epilepsy. Right.
Look, I have 1 comment right now, and we'll see what the screen says when we're done.
All right, I'm going to scroll up. I'm going to give you the benefit out here. I'm going to scroll up. I ain't going to cheat.
So, the Beard, are you ready?
Same time, game time.
Same time, game time. Awthentik, are you ready?
Trivia time.
Question
get it, man.
number 1. Barring injury, Derrick Henry of the Tennessee Titans is headed for a second straight rushing title. He'd be the first running back since the 2006-2007 season to win back-to-back rushing titles. Name the last running back to accomplish this feat. You have 20 seconds. Yeah, you guys look great tonight out there. I can see everybody looking fresh. Even though it's wintertime and you're probably standing because it's cold, you look beautiful. Every one of you. Appreciate you guys coming out. You guys ready?
I like that. I like that little side talk. That was tight. Yeah, I'm ready.
Flip these boards.
I wanted to say Adrian Peterson, but
Incorrect and incorrect. It's LaDainian Tomlinson.
oh,
All the negatives, all the bad ones you got authentic, throw them up, buddy. That's
a good one. That's a good one.
Anybody in the chat get that? Let me put my chat up while we do trivia. I want to see their answers.
Gonna have to use
Got some
my
AP.
hands on the chalkboard today. It's not ash, I swear. When you see my hands after trivia time, it's not ash. It's chalk.
you said a lot of people got it.
Nah, I said a lot of APs. A lot of people going. Got a Sean Alexander in there. I see a Chris Johnson as well. All right, question number 2. So this one is multiple answers, so you need to write small.
Okay.
And you get a 1 full minute to answer it. So I'm going to start my clock right now. Not right now.
You
Wait,
should
hold on.
stay-
Yeah, I was gonna say Family Feud. Steve Harvey don't start the clock until the first question's asked.
Steve Harvey face. I mean, Steve Harvey face.
By the way, Snoop Dogg was on Family Feud. It was hilarious.
Oh, I could
A
only
must
imagine.
see. A must see.
He did so good at that fight that anything Snoop Dogg's in right now, I will watch. That fight
Definitely.
was one of the best, most entertaining fights I've seen in a long time.
Fantastic.
Question number 2. This is an 8-part answer.
8 parts.
You have 1 minute. You have 1 minute
part?
to get as many as you can. After a minute is up, whatever you got on your board is over.
All right.
Of the top 50 players on the NFL career sack leaderboard, 8 of the 50 are still active. Name as many active players as you can. There's 8 of them on the sack list. 1 minute on the clock.
Goodness.
I'll tell you right now, none of them were drafted after about 2012, 2013. So don't think of young guys. You got to get old.
I don't think I have any.
You do. You stop looking at the camera and focus for a second. The Authentic's just writing names down. Just give me names, the beard. More who gets them wins. And when you hear these names, you're going to be upset because you know every single one of them.
But I just don't know if they're like
I think the winning answer, I think the person who wins this is going to have 3. That's my guess. Over under 3, chat. Will
Can you
either
hey, while we're answering, say the question again too.
of the top 50 players on the NFL's all-time career sack leaderboard,
top 50.
8 are active of those 50. Give me as many of the 8 as you can.
What's the time looking like?
You're done. I'm going to add another 15 seconds, though. Since the beard, I don't even think he has 1 written down yet. 15 seconds. Who has the most sacks? Sacks accumulated, Lucas. Accumulated.
I want
Chat's
another few
killing it.
names.
Chat, you're killing it right now. Real talk.
Oh,
Chat is
man.
killing it. Waterfly, I'm talking about active guys, so Strahan would not be considered. 15 seconds is up. Chalkboards, actually chalk pieces down.
All right.
Chalkboards up. Let's see how many you guys got.
I might have got 2 maybe. Oh, that's a good one with Watt.
The beard. So J.J. Watt, he's on there. He's number 2. Ryan Kerrigan is also on there, so Authentic got that one. You didn't get that, the beard. You're a Washington fan. No Khalil Mack. No Jalil Peppers. No Jason Pierre-Paul. But Von Miller's a yes. So I guess we're going with Authentic.
What about Clay Matthews? He ain't on that list.
Clay Matthews is on there too. A tie. You guys both got 2.
Hey, should we get one more answer, maybe? Maybe get one more.
Man, that
You guys
was
have any
tough.
other? You guys have any other one? Well, you guys already answered one. The other one didn't answer.
Yeah, can't use those.
Did either of you guys say Von Miller?
Yeah, I got Von Miller's my last one.
Yeah, okay. So you got Miller and Kerrigan. Got you. So J.J. Watt.
Is Julius Peppers even playing still?
I don't think so.
That's why I didn't like that answer. Justin Houston. He's 41st all time. Justin Houston.
Go ahead.
Chandler Jones.
Question.
Chandler Jones, 97 sacks. Ryan Kerrigan. Cameron Jordan.
Cameron Jordan is who I was trying to think of, and I couldn't think of his name.
Because you think of Cam Hayward. I always get Cam Hayward and Cam Jordan confused. Cam Jordan got way more sacks. And then Calais Campbell.
Wouldn't have got that.
There's a lot of C names. And Clay Matthews. That's 4 C names.
Clay Matthews.
That's crazy.
Clay Matthews was a good pull, Tim. That saved you right there.
Right. Clay Matthews, phenomenal pull, Tim. He's number 50 of the all-time 50.
Ooh. Wow.
Just snuck it in there.
Definitely did.
All right. You guys both tied up on that one. Neither of you guys got the first question. Looks like we are going to a tie. This is a good hip-hop question. The chat might know
overtime.
too.
I'm always at a disadvantage at this point.
Why? You probably listen to more hip-hop right now than I do.
Yeah, let's get serious, Tim. You know hip-hop. You're wearing an Obey shirt, man. Come on. In 1993, rapper Ice Cube dropped a hip-hop classic, It Was a Good Day, possibly the most karaoke'd hip-hop song of all time.
Why are you writing already?
He ran us through a day in the life in Compton, California. This question, though, the Beard, I don't know why you're writing.
I don't know why you're writing either. This could be anything.
You guys know the lyrics to this song, so you need to slow them down in your head here for me.
Yeah.
After he eats breakfast with his mother, serving him no pork.
Yep.
After he goes to the basketball court, drops a triple-double with his friends. After he hits up Kim, who's got skills all night. Whose house did Ice Cube go to watch MTV Raps and roll dice? 7-Eleven. Whose house? This guy's a rapper. He's a real person. He's not a popular rapper, and it's not his real rap name that he uses in the song. But just go through in your head. Slow it down, everybody. I want to rap it for you, but I can't. Whose house did Ice Cube attend for Yo MTV Raps and a little bit of dice? 7-Eleven is probably what they were playing. I believe that is what they were playing. I think it says that.
The way you say
You know, it's the bar before that bar, and I can't remember it. Damn.
Oh, man. Chat got it. Chat got it.
Okay, give me a minute here. Hold on. How did you preface it by saying you said after what did he do?
He already had
About
breakfast
Kim?
with Mom. He
Yep.
already hit Kim. He already had the triple-double. Then he's going to go. He goes home, takes a shower, and then he goes to his boy's house.
Yeah.
Going over. Chat's all over this.
Tim, you ain't got it, right?
I have a name on the board, but
You got a name.
Can-
Then you got 10 seconds, Awthentik. The Beard's got an answer. Excuse me. I need an answer.
Dang, this is tough. This is tough.
And time is up. Awthentik, we have no answer.
I wrote my answer down. Can we get the bar before the bar?
Do you want the actual lyrics? Because we can give you the lyrics if you like the lyrics.
Yeah, I want the bar before the bar.
Let's give you the full lyrics here.
You know how some songs you could sing along with it, but then when you try to do them lyrics yourself, whew.
And it's funny because this one that includes his name is not a featured bar by any means at all. Okay.
Wait.
He went home. You ready for it?
You
ready for it?
See, at that time, he's beefing. Dang, that's what's blowing me about that. I'm ready for it. I'm gonna write my answer for sure now, but I'm ready for the bar.
No flexing. Didn't even look in a guy's direction. As I ran an intersection. Went to Short Dog's house. Yo MTV Raps. What's the haps on the craps?
You
Shake
got me.
them up. shake 'em up, shake 'em up, shake 'em.
D-Rock. It's D-Rock.
That was the one from 3 weeks ago, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
So, hey, do you know who it is now that he said the lyric?
Do you know?
That's
Yeah,
it.
you know who the rapper is though.
Yeah, do you know who that is? Because that's not his real
Too
name.
Short.
Okay, yeah, okay, making sure you knew. Yeah, my
not
answer's not
Too
right
Short.
either, though.
It's not too short?
Oh, it's not.
It's short of the Trench Mob. Y'all know the Trench Mob?
Or the lynch mob.
Lynch Mob. Maybe that might have been it. Yes, that's who it is.
Give me the points for that. Come on.
And I thought it would be Too Short as well, but then I did all the research on the song and where it was about and who Cube was hanging with that time, and that's who Short.
You
and
right.
He just passed away.
Oh, he did. R.I.P., bro. That's crazy. And the lynch mob was Ice Cube's group. That was like his G unit, pretty much.
Right?
There's 120 comments in the chat now.
And people knew that in the chat.
Bro, they killed it. Look back on it. I mean, they were getting it from almost jump. I gotta see.
We do got some OGs who watch Awthentik in the beard, so I'm not surprised.
Somebody got it quick because it's funny because everyone does karaoke that song, but it's a kind of line like "went to a dog's house." You're like,
Yeah.
nobody knows whose house he went to.
That's facts.
You could like
trivia
piece
question.
together the entire like comments and put the verse together.
That's what's up.
Everybody said a piece of the verse. It's hilarious. Shake 'em up, shake 'em up.
Emmanuel said, my 15-year-old self is extremely lost. I like that.
Short Dog's house.
Short Dog's house.
He
That's a good
definitely
one.
went to Jameson's
Scotty's
house.
trivia is like stump the Schwab, man. This
Lakers
is
beat the
crucial.
Supersonics.
Yup. I went through the lyrics and I got stuck when he talked about hitting the switches.
Yeah, okay. So I can see what you're saying because he gets a little repetitive towards the middle where he starts saying like switches and maybe saying with the craps at the end, talking about 7-11, like
Right. And I could get there. I remember the 7-11, 7-11. And this bar is another tricky bar. After you say that 7-11, I don't know what he said right there. It's one of them tricky lines where I just don't know what he said.
And all these young heads in the chat, I know this is not your style of music. You might not like it, but please listen to the song all the way through. Listen to the lyrics. This is a very influential.
So you know what I was
Classic.
writing out when I started. I thought you were gonna ask what album the song was on. That's why I wrote it.
What album were you gonna write?
I was gonna write Lethal Injection.
Yep, you'd have got it. And that's what it was on.
My man was starting to scribble like, yeah. got it.
Hey, Matt Emery said, who is Ice Cube? I like this. He probably joking.
Yeah,
But Ice Cube is the dude from SVU. It's like, no, I'm just playing.
That's Ice-T.
We're here in a
I'm
murder
just
show.
playing. I'm just playing. He said that's Ice-T.
Now you sound stupid, Tim.
That's classic. That's classic.
How do you get trolled by your
beard right
best friend,
there.
bro? That's bad.
Man, we need some overtime, man. I can't go to it. I can't beat the Philadelphia Eagles and leave here with a tie.
We're talking
Then we
about
played Bones, and I was Yellow Domino.
Yeah, that's right. That was a good era. One of the best eras of rap, man. Ice Cube got a few classics, because Lethal Injection's a classic, and America's Most Wanted is a classic as well. Real
And
hardcore rap.
That's right. They really changed the game up for a long time before it got soft again in like what, early 2000s, mid 2000s.
Facts. Peace out, Nerd Cage, man. We'll holler at you soon. I know he would have probably got that one right.
Let's get into the one that everybody's here to talk about. Next recap, New York Giants, Awthentik's New York Giants. They fell to the Brownies. Cleveland Browns took them down 20-6. Big Blues offense stagnant again, second consecutive week. They were without offensive coordinator Jason Garrett and starting quarterback Daniel Jones, as well as freshly minted Pro Bowler cornerback James Bradbury. But the post-game chatter, I was in some of these channels. I lurk in Giants channels. I don't really get involved because I don't want to get in the hubbub, but I lurk. A lot of the chatter was about Joe Judge in the first half. 2 different fourth down calls inside the 10-yard line. This is when they were close to the game. They had a chance to take the lead 3-0, and they had a chance to make it 6-7 after Cleveland had scored. Both fourth downs unsuccessful. A lot of Giants fans were upset about it. We got to give Baker Mayfield some credit. The Giants were playing their normal zone defense, which has been great for them all year. Patrick Graham's had a lot of success with it. The front four was getting no pressure on Baker Mayfield. Sliced the G-men up 27-32, 297 yards, 2 touchdowns. Browns offense was 9 of 13 on third down. So that's a really big number. Awthentik loves that number. Didn't like it on that, in that game, obviously, but that's a big number. We're talking about having a good offense. Awthentik, Joe Judge came out aggressive. Those 2 fourth down calls we talked about in the first quarter. I know G-Men Nation was upset about the calls in general and upset at Joe Judge. And I know you personally sit on the other side of the fence. You weren't mad at the calls. Tell me what your thoughts are on it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at the calls. I mean, we all know that Joe Judge comes from a special teams background, and I think it was a pretty smart designed play had it have worked. I mean, this is kind of like the Daniel Jones thing, you know, when you start Daniel Jones in a game where he's a bit hobbled and he doesn't play well. And I said this last week. I said, if Daniel Jones hobbles to a victory, nobody says nothing. It's the same thing for that kind of play. You know, you run this fake kind of field goal where you spread the formation out. And I'll tell you why he did that. It's a matchup thing. He knows that the punter was an ex-quarterback who has a decent arm. He figured he could leak out the center as an eligible receiver, and it was going to be wide open. And they played it well. You got to credit the Browns on this one. They played it well. Now, the first one, I think it's about 50-50 for me, because if you take the field goal there, I'm not mad at all either. I was a bit puzzled at first, but then in hindsight, when I look at the call, I'm like, he knew he had to be aggressive in this game. We're talking about a Giants offense that only puts up 18 points per game. And we saw Cleveland put up 20. Now, if you take two field goals instead of going for it on the 2 fourth downs, it makes it a little bit of a closer game, you know, but the Giants are still going to lose. And the Giants didn't score a touchdown all day. So, I mean, I think it speaks to what Joe Judge was thinking going into this game. If you look at the press conference, he even said it. We thought about going aggressive in this game right off the bat. That was what they wanted to do because they knew that their offense was limited. I saw some people talking about, you know, having the injuries shouldn't be, a big thing for the Giants to worry about as far as not one injury and one COVID player with James Bradberry out. But going from James Bradberry to Julian Love is a major, major difference. And you saw that on this defense. I mean, James Bradberry is really the rock for this defense because he can lock down a whole side, and that changes the game there. And back to the fourth down calls, I mean, it's just, they didn't get it. On the 4th and 2 with Wayne Gallman, a guy who's really having a pretty good season, you know, when he's getting the rock, you would think he's going to get that first down. He gets stopped just inches short. And like I said, man, not scoring a touchdown in this game says a lot about this team. This offense has struggled all year long with Daniel Jones in the game. And now you got Colt McCoy in this game. And I want to give Colt McCoy his flowers, man. You know, I think he played as best as he could. His skill set is not fantastic. You know, he doesn't got a big arm. He's not a fast runner. You know, he doesn't do anything particularly great, you know. But the one thing I think that he has an advantage over Daniel Jones is he processes everything way faster because he knows his skill set is not as good. You know, he was the post route that he threw to Darius Slayton. The timing on that is just remarkable. It's great timing. And I like what I saw out of Freddie Kitchens in this game, too. I think all Giants fans knew we were outnumbered. If you went into this game and you truly in your heart of hearts thought that the Giants were going to either dominate or win this game, you smoking that huff. I got to keep it 100. Because even though I picked the Giants to win this game 27-17, every time I picked it, I said I'm picking this game with my gut and my pride on the line because it wasn't a matter of the Giants being able to win this game. The Giants had to win this game. And Washington losing this game, you know, earlier on in the day at 1 o'clock really helped us out and really keeps us in the mix because if Washington wins and we lose that game against the Browns, we're pretty much out of the mix here, especially with a backup quarterback. You know, this is 2 straight losses for the Giants coming after a 4-game winning streak. Same thing for Washington coming off the 4-game winning streak, and now y'all are 2 losses in a row or 1. I can't remember who's one loss here. You know, so both teams kind of coming back down to earth off the high horse. And the Giants have scored 20 points or fewer in 8 games this year. 4 straight games we have not scored 20 points. That goes to tell you why Joe Judge was being so aggressive in this game. He needed the touchdowns in this game. And if he could have came away with 1 touchdown out of the 2 fourth down conversions we go for, then maybe you're looking at a bit of a closer game. But I'll get back to the offense. Let's go to the defense one time. The defense got sliced up all day long. We tamed the run just a little bit, but when you look at how Baker Mayfield was playing in this game, 27 of 32. Now, I'm not a mathematician, but that means 5 passes hit the ground. 27 of them were caught, and most of those were pretty wide open. One of the drops, I was like, I thought it was a touchdown. You know, Baker Mayfield has been playing incredible ball. He had 2 touchdowns, 297 yards in this game, 84% completion percentage. That's ridiculous. We haven't seen that since Daniel Jones was doing that in the preseason, which is just outrageous numbers.
It's Isaac Yiadom and Julian Love.
Julian Love, yeah.
And these guys really, like Isaac Yiadom should be playing about 25 snaps a game, and Julian Love should only see special teams. Those are the guys, right?
Yeah, and Julian Love probably shouldn't even be out there playing outside corner. But you got to remember that Ryan Lewis is on the IR. Sam Beal, who a lot of people forgot about, he's on the IR. And I want to say there's another cornerback that was on the IR for the Giants too. Not a big name.
What happened to Glock? Valentine.
Oh, we released Valentine, I believe, right? I think Valentine got released. Yeah.
Use him now.
I believe he got released. And this the other crazy part, because we expected those woes in the secondary, 100%, right? But our front four, like you talked about in the introduction of this game, no pressure. They literally had 3 pressures all game, 1 sack that came from Dexter Lawrence, and he did his little sexy Dexy dance. I know Giants fans love that. But Baker Mayfield in his last 8 games has been on fire. PFF has him rated as the 4th best quarterback in the NFL right now. 15 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Stefanski is balling out, and he's calling the right plays.
Their offensive line is stout too. I mean,
I was going to get to that.
Great, dude, and they couldn't do anything. There was no pressure.
They own the trenches. You could see it. I mean, like Baker Mayfield says, hike. They literally are standing up the Giants' defensive line all night. And I mean, it's just one of those games where you're just like, halfway through it, I was like, there's no way we win this game, especially with the 2 failed 4th down conversions early on in the game. I just think, man, like the Browns right now are a better team. And I saw Mike Too Nice was talking about this too. Shout out to Mike Too Nice. If you don't know about Mike Too Nice, definitely sub up to his channel, man. He puts out great content. He's a guy who's really involved in the numbers. And he was talking about the rebuild with the Browns in comparison to the rebuild of the Giants. And I brought up a point to him, and I said, man, you can't forget that when the Browns did their rebuild, they had like $150 million in cap. When Dave Gettleman got here to New York, there was like $40 million for him to work with. There were hella contracts that were all over the place, which is why he signed Odell Beckham to that big major contract to up the trade value, to bring in some players. And look who he brought in. He brought in Peppers. And we can't forget that James Bradbury is a guy that he drafted in Carolina and then realized he could pick him up, and he scooped him up as well. The trade for Leonard Williams, that's another Dave Gettleman move. So I just think that people need to look at Dave Gettleman. I think maybe some of them are looking at it glass half full, glass half empty, because a lot of people are calling for Dave Gettleman's job. Twitter was on fire today. Shout out to everybody who's on Twitter, because Twitter was on fire today. So many conversations about what's going on with the New York Giants. I think Dave Gettleman's done a pretty decent job, man. I'm not too mad at what he's done, because defensively, he's brought in some guys. And let's not forget about all these injuries, man. Yo, Saquon Barkley. Can't forget about Nate Solder, who would have been a piece. I mean, I know he's overpriced, but he could have been a piece to help us out this season. So many things have gone wrong for the Giants in this season. And to salvage it right now with 5 wins, it's not too bad. But the bad part about it is the Giants are looking at another season with a losing record. So that's going to be 3 straight for Dave Gettleman. So he's got to clean that up. The Browns scored 2 touchdowns on 95-yard drives. That goes to show you that this defense did not show up. I don't know what happened. They tried to make a few adjustments at the half because they realized that the zone was just getting torched up. And they tried to make a few adjustments. I saw a lot of our edge rushers actually dropping back in pass coverage. And I saw one time somebody made a play out there, which was pretty decent. But this is the kind of game, man, where I don't see why Giants fans are so in the pits about it. I saw a lot of Giants fans talking about this the worst they felt. You got to look at this, man. The Browns team is striding, and a lot of it is off confidence. They won a lot of early games against bad teams. I told y'all about the Pittsburgh Steelers. I told y'all the Pittsburgh Steelers was overhyped. I'm the first one to say that. I don't care what nobody say. I was the first one to say Pittsburgh overhyped, because their first 6 games, you look at the schedule, it was like the Jaguars, the Broncos, a bad Texans team, the Giants, the Eagles. And the Browns are playing those same teams. But the Browns have been getting it together as of late. Their schedule has toughened up. They had the Colts out there. They had the Titans out there. They had the Ravens out there. And I think that Ravens game, Kyle Pizza was talking about the Ravens game was going to be a reason why the Browns would kind of come into this game cold. And I was in agreement with him for sure. I thought, you play your butt off. You come back from a 14-point lead that the Ravens had on you on a primetime game, right? And you get back in that game and then you lose. That can be demoralizing, but it backfired in this game. And I don't know if that's just maybe these 2 teams are in a different class, but the Giants didn't show up in this game. Offensively, I think we expected that. The Giants' offense has been dismal this whole year. No Saquon Barkley. Darius Slayton showed up a little bit in this game. He had the biggest play of the game. I think it was like a 35-yard catch. And let's get back to Freddie Kitchens, man. I think Freddie Kitchens did a pretty fantastic job calling plays. He utilized Evan Ingram the way Evan Ingram is supposed to be utilized.
Pro Bowler Evan Ingram, don't forget that.
Oh, yeah, we can't forget about that, too. That was a major argument on Twitter as well. And I backed it, man. I said, Giants Nation is the only team that, they hating on our players going to the Pro Bowl. Even if you don't think he should have got there, don't be out here hating on Evan Ingram. I saw this one dude, and they coming out the woodwork, Scotty. People who don't even follow me was tweeting at me. Yeah, Giants fans who were tweeting at me today who they don't even follow me. They don't know nothing about Awthentik in the Beard, none of that, right? This one dude tweeted me, hate is a strong word, because I said y'all are hating on Evan Ingram. You know what this dude's pinned tweet was? It was a compilation of all the bad plays that Evan Ingram made today, so or this year. So you telling me that on the day that this man gets nominated to go to the Pro Bowl, right? Y'all are sitting at home making a compilation of all the bad plays?
You're not a real fan.
I was going to say the same thing, Scott.
Talking about strip clubs, we've all been out to the bar or the club before, and you see your friend who maybe not Brad Pitt walk out with the bad junk, and you're like, go ahead. Like, that's way out of your league, but get it, my guy. You're still happy for him. I mean, maybe it's not something he should
great example.
But he achieved it. You're like, obviously happy. That's your friend. That's a
great example. Like,
why would you hate on your friend walking out with a beautiful woman?
And I mean, look at the tight end competition in the NFC. I mean, if it wasn't Evan Ingram, it was going to maybe be y'all tight end, right? But I'll tell you this. The tight end for the Green Bay Packers, Tunyon, he got snubbed. He definitely got snubbed with the 10 touchdowns. And he's only about like within a good 75 or not even yards of Evan Ingram. But Evan Ingram is second in yards in the NFL from or NFC, I believe, for tight ends. So, I mean, he's doing some things right. And y'all know I've been talking about this all day. Like, yo, NFL football is not John Madden. You know how when you throw the ball deep in John Madden and they drop it, you be like, oh, how'd he drop it? It's like, yo, this is still a physical game where they got to make the plays. I even saw people saying that Evan Ingram dropped that first pass that was, I want to say it was either in or close to the end zone. It was another seam route that Freddie Kitchens designed up real nicely, and it kind of drifted over, kind of turned into like a little skinny post a bit. And Colt McCoy underthrew the ball, and the defender made a great play. But now let's look at the other one that Evan Ingram made. Over-the-shoulder catch. Coverage is tight right on him. He makes the catch. We know Evan Ingram has that flash-in-the-pan kind of talent where he can make big plays. And, yo, Mr. Vick, shout out to Mr. Vick, Tim, because our old baseball coach, he used to kind of say this about me. He'd be like, bro, like, the routine pop flies. I mean, granted, I was like 10, 11 years old. He'd be like, the routine pop flies, bro, I don't know why you dropped the routine pop flies. But you make diving catches, and you make catches I don't expect you to make when you're playing center field. That's kind of like what Evan Ingram is like. And I've been telling Giants fans all year long, I'll take the good with the bad. Today, I went and I looked at a lot of the interceptions that people were saying was Evan Ingram's fault. One of them in particular, where he slips out of the break, Daniel Jones still throws the ball. You can freeze the frame where Evan Ingram is on the ground, and Daniel Jones still throws the ball. It's very clear in this game, and y'all know I'm a Daniel Jones supporter. That's my guy. That's our quarterback, 100%. I think he has the skill set. I've been saying all year long that with him is getting that mental to be in sync with the physical skill set that he has. Colt McCoy sees it faster, and I don't know if that's because, you know how they say like a quarterback should sit? Colt McCoy been sitting for a long, long time. And all he do is have on that headset, listening to the plays and seeing quarterbacks not executing, being a backup for the Washington football team and being a backup for the New York Giants. All you seeing is quarterbacks fail. And you just thinking, oh, man, maybe I could have did this like this. And you learning, you know, and then when you get in the game, you can do things. Colt McCoy was even doing things with his feet, maneuvering in the pocket. I feel like he does everything a little bit tighter than Daniel Jones, but that's expected because Colt McCoy is like, what, a 10-year veteran now at this point?
10-year veteran. He was the one that in the BCS Championship Bowl, he got injured, and then your boy Garrett Gilbert had to come in for him. For Texas, they still got blown out, but it was a good game overall. But I mean, Colt McCoy, that's a dude, if he was 6'4", 230, he might be like a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's just not big enough, you know.
I'm with you. And I was telling my girl, like, when he did the press conference, I was like, look. I was like, you know who that is? She was like, I'm not too familiar with him. I was like, that's an NFL quarterback.
It's a child. Like,
yeah, he looked like a child.
Get the microphone.
I straight up could get up there on the podium and be like, yeah, I'm the backup quarterback for the New York Giants. And people would be like, yeah, it's kind of convincing, you know. When you see Colt McCoy, he came out there with the little flannel joint. He had the little, you know, like the 4-pattern flannel. His hair, he had the little cowlick joint combed to the side. I was like, man, Colt ain't looking like no quarterback. But I think Colt played a great game, man. No turnovers. So salute to him for that.
I thought he was throwing a good ball too. You know, the defense for the Browns was just blanketing everything. Like they played really well defensively. We do have a couple of super chats I just wanted to get at. Matt Emery dropped a $5 super chat, says Skins Dallas and Eagles went up 2.6, 2.1, and 3.9% respectively, as far as their chances to win a division. The Giants dropped 8.9%, and Washington is now over 70% chance to win a division. Also,
was that pre the strip club news?
Yes.
Or post the strip club news?
And also, thank you to Sunday, who dropped a $5 super chat. She wants to know, if we don't make it to the playoffs, do you think anybody from the coaching staff or even the GM will get fired?
You take it first.
No, I don't think any. I mean, you'd have to have a really, like, if Mike Nolan in Dallas still has a job, I don't see how anybody.
Hey, we're going to get to that, but we talking, 7 turnovers in 2 weeks for them?
Yeah, against.
Ooh, that defense looking a lot better.
Yeah, but so I personally don't think so. Maybe. Maybe.
And then he thought about it.
Maybe Jason Garrett, but
Stop.
But I doubt it. I don't think so.
The Giants have outperformed every facet of football they're supposed to achieve this year. The offense has not been great, but they've had injuries. Offensive line's gotten a lot better, which is what you're looking at. We're talking about young guys, Will Hernandez, Andrew Thomas. There's nobody. I think the Giants should all get extensions, all the coaches. Definitely Joe Judge.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And I think if it is somebody, though, I got to go with the beard that it might be Garrett. And it depends, because I think Kitchens put a little bit of pressure on him with the play calling that he did. And rumors are going around in New York Giants Nation right now that if they were to hire another offensive coordinator, it would be in-house. You got to know that Freddie Kitchens got first dibs on that job if it's not Jason Garrett. But I think maybe they want to just do a dual-headed monster type vibe. Freddie Kitchens definitely showed that he knows something that's a little bit different and how to game plan and how to scheme. Let's not forget, he is using Jason Garrett's playbook here to call the same plays. It's just about the play selection, and I think he did a really good job. We haven't seen Evan Ingram on the seam like all year long.
Okay, so can I ask a question then?
Of course not.
I also want to give a $1.99 super sticker from Matt Emery. Thank you very much for the support,
you, Matt.
brother.
And appreciate you Sunday for that super chat as well. Thank you.
So I have kind of like a two-part thing. Okay, first, I do want to make it well known that I, on the other hand, was pretty much against those fourth down decisions. Although I do understand the meaning and the reasoning behind
even the 4th and 2. You after you fail the first one, you're against the 4th and 2 that they ran a draw play.
I am, because I feel like in a matchup like that, you want to take the point. If you're worried about not being able to score points, right?
Touchdowns.
Take touchdowns. Okay, touchdowns. I mean, take the points that you can get. I just feel like you can put yourself in a position to stay around in the game more so with 3 points or 6 points than 0 points. I just
one question then for you: the fact that the game ended 20-6, does that vindicate Joe Judge at all? Because if they did kick those 2 field goals, they would have lost 20-12.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Is that like it's not like one of those things. It's not like one of those things where like I'm like out of my chair upset over, you know what I'm saying? But like I just personally would have liked to have seen them kick the field goals. Now my question to piggyback off of that is how much of that decision is that 100% a decision on Joe Judge, or do you think there's some sort of communication and conversation between him and Freddie Kitchens?
Of course there's communication, but it's 100% on Joe Judge. You're not seeing a team go for it on 4th down and the tight end coach who's filling in for the COVID-ridden OC is like, no, bro, I got this. We're going for it on 4th down. And this is the play call. We're going to run a fake field goal pass to Nick Gates.
Come
on. That ain't a question.
So what about if Jason Garrett is there and not Freddie Kitchens?
Same thing.
But Joe Judge still is the coach. 4th down calls, those are big calls. So Joe Judge, at the very least, he's going to tip his cap to you, like, go ahead and take it away. But that's
also, shout out to Lucas, who just dropped a $5 super chat. We appreciate it, my man. He says the Beard's sleeper play on DraftKings, Mooney, was his 2nd hit in a row. Look forward to seeing this weekly on the parlay.
Hey, that's what's up.
I'm going to try and give you guys some more sleepers. Make sure you guys tune in every Sunday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Authentic and the Beard, the parlay.
You had a winning
big shout out on that.
Okay, find out. The Beard, you know what you're talking about a little bit.
Oh yeah, the Beard. No, Beard is on his DraftKings business, man. Shout out to Beard on that one time.
I got some my first basketball lineups for the season going tonight.
Where you getting all this money? Where's Josie? Where's the Beard getting all this money from to play all these bets he be playing?
Nah, man. Listen, I'm a smart guy. I'm not one of those guys who's like, let me just go spend $100. You know, I make my $2 or $3, lineups, and I build up a bankroll, and then I ride with that.
That's what's up.
I had the same bankroll the entire football season until 2 weeks ago when I had that really bad.
So you're not winning then? Is what you're
No, I've withdrawn money, but I didn't have to add any more money.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good look.
At the end of the season, man, you got to keep it in there and then roll for the Super Bowl and win it all when the Patriots.
Do you guys remember how crazy? Everybody wants to know what Scotty Boomz is drinking, by the way.
Can I say it live, Awthentik? We don't get.
I mean, you showing it live. You might as well say it.
It's a koozie.
He said, "I got a koozie. Ain't nobody drinking no coffee in no koozie."
It's a Dogfish Head Sunday Feels.
Oh, Dogfish Head is good beer. They're going to have to pay us some money, though, if we're going to be shouting them out. Dogfish Head, holla at us. Awthentik in the Beard. Lucas, get on that. Need you, Jerry Maguire.
Show me the money.
Waterfly be watching. See that? Sales with my dudes.
Uh-huh.
Any last words, Awthentik?
That's where the money coming from. Not too much, man. I mean, we got to get the ball to Wayne Gallman. Another game where he just didn't get the carries. 8 carries for 29 yards. That's just not a good look, man. But I like what I saw out of Darius Slayton. Yo, Sterling Shepard made a great point today. I saw that statistic floating around with the little chart about how much separation our wide receivers have been getting, and it was like 1.5, 2.0 yards. And when they asked him in the press conference, the dude who asked him the question said, well, analytics, and it wasn't Pro Football Focus, but it's another one that's like that. I can't remember the name off the top of my head. He was like, well, they say that y'all aren't getting separation. And Sterling Shepard said, well, I don't know what game y'all watching, but in the NFL, 2 yards is way open in the NFL. And he's got a great point about that.
1 yard.
This is not the Big Ten in Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah, facts. I think people just getting so used to, because wide receivers be getting wide open now. I mean, the Browns, they saw, and Baker was firing that ball. We got to give him props on that. Baker got an arm.
He looks good,
Baker
man.
was looking like college Baker out there, and he was cooking for sure. I like what I'm seeing out of Baker Mayfield, and being the #1 pick, that's starting to look like they made the right decision. Denzel Ward also playing fantastic ball on the opposite side of the ball as well, man. But, yeah, Giants got to get it together. What we got? We got 2 games left here. If we don't win next week and y'all win, it's over, right?
It's over.
Yes.
Y'all got the Panthers. We got the Ravens. That's going to be tough. The Panthers have lost 8 of 9.
Bridgewater's coming back to earth a little bit. They're coming back to earth a little bit.
And them stats about Mike Davis having the same kind of production as CMC went downhill fast.
We might shut them boys out. Washington might shut them out. If we get our linebackers back, we might shut them out. We'll see.
Yep, and the quarterback.
Yeah,
but
this is the problem. Who's playing quarterback? Listen, we're going to leave this at this because we're not talking about Washington right now, but they need Antonio Gibson back.
In the worst way. Our offense is atrocious.
But, I wouldn't jump the gun because this is the first game that McKissick didn't really play well in relief for Gibson.
And he did okay. I mean, he in that fourth quarter when we had those couple drives where we looked good, McKissick was the guy, when Haskins wasn't rolling out, he was hitting McKissick for some catches. So
yeah,
he didn't have statistically a huge game, but if we're going to hum without Antonio Gibson, it's going to have to be with McKissick because McLaurin's not that dominant of a #1 receiver yet.
And what's the word on that? Is Gibson, are we seeing any progression here that he might be able to play this week? Or
He's practicing, but he's doing like positional drills, which in my mind, like ladder drills and stuff,
That's what's up.
So probably not. I don't know. What's the word on Alex Smith though? Nothing else on that.
There was no Ron Rivera doesn't do pressers on Tuesdays.
Is Daniel Jones going to play?
We don't know yet.
Still
what I'm hearing is Daniel Jones' possibility, and this is just rumors in the fandom world, is that there's a chance he could miss the rest of the season. We'll see though.
The only quarterback to start in the NFC East in Week 1 and in Week 15, Dwayne Haskins.
Crazy. Crazy.
Let's take one more quick commercial break. We're going to come back. We got the Cowboys game to talk about. They're going to get you folks out of here. Hang tight. Be back in 10 seconds.
Expecting your lineup to be the only for it to turn into some Well, we can help you rectify that situation. Come chop it up with your boys, Awthentik and the Beard. The best division in football. The best division in football. Streaming live every Tuesday, every Thursday at 7 p.m.
Awthentik, man, your fade on that commercial at the very beginning is so fresh. I've never watched that commercial all the way through. You look really good, man. You're like.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you.
The Giants right now. It's a serious talk.
That's pre-COVID haircut before I was cutting my own hair. So shout out to my barber Sean, who's in LA right now, doing his thing, man.
World was really a different place 12 months ago. It's funny how much changed.
So was my haircuts.
All of ours. Don't look now. The Dallas Cowboys got themselves a win streak. It's 2 games, but it is a win streak. They took down the San Francisco 49ers 41-33. The turnover curse that afflicted the Bengals last week when they played the Cowboys, that carried over again this week and now afflicted the San Francisco 49ers. They had 4 turnovers total, 3 by quarterback Nick Mullins, 2 interceptions and a fumble lost. That's how you score 41 points and only accumulate 291 yards of total offense. That's what Dallas did. It helps you to get turnovers, and that's what San Fran was gifting to Dallas all day long. Ezekiel Elliott, he did not play for Dallas. He handed the keys over the whip to Tony Pollard. I know Dallas fans were excited to see what this kid could do with a full chair load. He did not disappoint. 132 yards total offense. He had 2 touchdowns, 40-yard touchdown scamper with a little over 2 minutes that sealed the deal, giving Dallas the victory. Dallas's defense, they struggled again. They gave up 458 yards of offense, even with all 3 of their starting cornerbacks healthy for the first time this year. The Beard, I believe 2.37% is what you gave the Dallas Cowboys chance to make the playoffs. Was that them?
I mean, that sounds like a Beard number.
2.37. I think I wrote it down somewhere. After watching this game, I mean, the turnovers kind of makes that 41 points look really fluke to me. We all know what San Fran is. We've all seen them. We've all played them. How do you feel about Dallas after watching this week, man? Any
so, what's really funny is I was going to say, Awthentik caught me like 10 minutes ago when I was going to be like, but they played the Bengals. I was going to say that they played the Bengals, and then I was going to say the 49ers, and I kind of stopped myself. But, it's kind of fluky. In a way, for sure.
That's not a good offensive output. 290 yards is bad.
The Washington football team, that's how they won a lot of their games recently, is the short field position for the offense and, forcing turnovers. So it's a good formula to win in the NFC East, but it's like the Eagles are, I just think the Eagles are going to demolish the Cowboys this coming game. So yeah,
the Cowboys.
No, there's definitely, they might have gone up to like 2.89% from 2.73, but I mean, they're definitely, you got to give them a little bit of credit. They're definitely playing better, and I feel like it's not as much of a joke as it was a few weeks back. Because a few weeks back, I mean, they were the joke of the division. The Eagles
haven't reappeared in our chats yet. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Our Dallas fans went missing about
nowhere to be found.
Oh, under rock.
I hate Awthentik in the Beard.
We can't bring them back into the fold. It's tough.
So there's definitely a little bit of flukiness going on, a little bit of luck, but they're playing better football. I will admit that. I think I would not be surprised if you don't see a major shakeup in Dallas this offseason.
Coaching, players, give me a bold prediction. Don't just say that. Don't leave me on edge.
I think
he don't even know. He's thinking right now.
No, I know. I just don't know if I want to give it away or if I want to save it for some off-season content. But I'll give it to you guys. Ezekiel Elliott won't be running the ball for the Dallas Cowboys next year. That's my bold prediction.
Where's he going?
Somewhere for a trade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at that either. Because Pollard has shown he could run the rock a little bit.
What do they need to get rid of some money. Okay, I'm assuming that we're all in agreement that they need to pay Dak. They have.
I don't know about that. We're not in agreement there. They could maybe. It depends how these last 2 games go, because they could be one of the people that are bidding for a quarterback in this draft.
Very true. But I am the way I'm looking at it as I feel Mike Nolan's gone. Okay, I think that they re-signed Dak. I think that they trade Zeke. Pollard's their new starting running back, and they draft defense in the first round. That's what I think happens for the Dallas Cowboys.
Keep the coaching staff and get rid of all your stars.
Well, no, you're gonna get rid of the defensive coordinator. Mike Nolan's gone, but I mean, I think McCarthy, Jerry Jones just isn't one of those type of guys to axe somebody in after one season, and it's not necessarily has anything to do with Mike McCarthy. I don't think Jerry Jones wants to look like he made the wrong decision. It's an ego thing with Jerry Jones. So he's going to stick with him just so he doesn't look like he made the wrong decision by hiring him.
But that would be really impatient too, though. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, even look at what Mike McCarthy did when he first got to Green Bay. He inherited a terrible team. They had a terrible record when he got there. His first season, they were 8-8. And then he finally turned it around, and within 5 years, they won themselves a Super Bowl. So, I mean, Jerry Jones is a smart guy. You know, I think when he hired Mike McCarthy, he knew that it wasn't going to be a one-year thing. And this could be a totally different thing if Dak Prescott doesn't get hurt. If Dak Prescott doesn't get hurt, Dallas is probably closer to the top of this division. And they're still right there right now in the hunt. And as far as Mike Nolan, the defense is how they're winning their games right now. I mean, I know these are high-scoring games, and people are putting up points on them, but their defense is causing turnovers. You look at this game right here. San Francisco doubled the amount of first downs that Dallas had in this game. The yardage was crazy in favor of San Francisco. I think San Francisco just couldn't get the running game going quite the way they wanted to. And I don't know what's going on with Raheem Mostert. I don't know if that's because he's still a little bit banged up or not. But, you know, I mean, San Francisco, I think the glaring problem with them is the quarterback position. Nick Mullins ain't it.
Mostert went ham on people on Twitter this weekend.
Oh, yeah. I saw his tweets going. He's like, yo, don't talk to me about no fantasy football. I'm out here playing real ball. Fantasy football don't mean nothing.
What about the dude from the Chargers? Who's the receiver over there? That's stud.
The Keenan Allen, where he yelled into the camera screen, "Don't sit me!"
Don't sit me! And then he had one catch for like 9 yards.
Wow. Hey, and y'all saw Juju Smith-Schuster on TikTok doing all them dances and whatnot, and he got shut down. You see that hit, man? Wow.
Apparently, Mike Tomlin said he's going to talk to him about his dancing antics, quote unquote.
Yeah. Come on.
Also, while we're in this game, can we talk about the 49ers celebrating on the Hail Mary catch after losing the game?
Yeah. It was tamed a little bit, but it was like, yeah, we scored, but game's over.
There was some chest bumping going on there.
Bro,
what do you mean? Like, you got to give him some hype, man. Come on.
Yeah, it's a big play. Who caught that? Oh, it was Kendrick Bourne. Yeah, it's a good one. This is a good catch, man.
I mean, the quarterback believed that he wasn't in that celebration. You notice that?
Yeah, he probably walked off and was like,
he had 3 turnovers.
Well, that wasn't even Nick Mullins. They benched him.
Oh, that's right.
Was that Beathard at the end? Or
that was Beathard.
He played good. He was like 7 of 10, 100 yards in a touchdown.
That's the second time this season that they benched Nick Mullins with like 4 minutes left in the game, and Beathard has come in and done like an 80% completion percentage. It's
great.
crazy.
2-score game.
That's how you lose your job right there. That's how you lose your job.
Is Jimmy Garoppolo going to be the starting quarterback for San Francisco?
I'm glad you brought that up because I don't think so. I think they got to move on and they got to address that. A quarterback could literally make that team a playoff team right now, I feel like. But granted, this year they were probably in the toughest division, definitely in the NFC for sure, maybe in the entire league.
They went to the Super Bowl last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, Jimmy G wins football games. He gets there.
That's the thing. He does win football games. But Jimmy G reminds me of Mitchell Trubisky a little bit because Mitchell Trubisky wins games as well, too. And I've been talking about this stat for a long time, and it's just going up now. He's 61 touchdowns, 35 interceptions on his career. That sounds crazy.
What's their record, though? They're not, like, winning football games, right? Like, what's the
Bears' record? When he's in, they win games.
Winning football team?
Yeah. I don't know if they're a winning football team. Somebody in the chat should look that up for us. But I know, like, look at how when he just came back off this injury, the Bears had lost 5 straight, and now they won 2 or 3 straight now.
A lot of that is you got to give credit to David Montgomery also.
Yeah, I mean, I think David Montgomery's game enhances when Mitchell Trubisky's does. It's kind of a tandem type thing.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
And Dak Prescott and Zeke Elliott are very similar to that, too. You saw it. When Dak Prescott went out, Zeke Elliott went downhill. Yeah, Zeke was fumbling and all that in the beginning of the year, but he was still top 5, top 10 in rushing yards at the beginning of the year, and his average yards per carry was real nice. As soon as you saw these Gilberts and all these Andys come in, his average started going way, way downhill. But I hate to harp on the Giants one time, but I wanted to bring up something that Fitz Vegas was saying on his channel just today as well, too. Eli Manning's first 2 years, statistic-wise, compared to Daniel Jones got the better stats. Eli Manning was a 51% completion percentage quarterback in his first 2 years, and the touchdown to interception ratio is in favor of Daniel Jones. I thought that was ridiculous to me to go back and look at that. 51. And I think that's why a lot of people were calling for Eli Manning's job. I feel like I'm having deja vu with Daniel Jones, man. Like, I was just telling people, please, man, just be patient, man. Please, yo, Eli gonna get us there. And them Super Bowls bailed me out. I don't know if Daniel Jones gonna bail me out on this one. I might have to eat crow, as my man Kyle Pizzle would say. But I'm sticking with Daniel Jones for sure. But I think with San Francisco, it's 100% a quarterback problem over there. If they could get a baller at quarterback, even a guy like Jacoby Brissett could go over there and probably win more games. And you could build around it. He could be a Band-Aid. You could maybe try to draft a quarterback in the second or third round and maybe get a guy that you could mold, or take a chance on some of these guys who are probably going to be free agents. You know, I'm pretty high on a guy like Sam Darnold. I don't think his career is quite shot. I think he could maybe turn him into a decent quarterback. But I don't know if the ceiling is higher than a guy like Jimmy G. But they paid Jimmy G the bag.
I want to know.
He's like 27, 28. Sam Darnold's still 23 years old. He's got.
That's right, because he came in the league as a youngin'. That's right.
She only did 2 years at USC. So, like, Sam Darnold, I know you're a huge advocate of Sam Darnold, Authentic, but I'm kind of getting on that Sam Darnold train. Give me that minimum contract. Give him a shot.
Yeah, I just want to see him. Look how people were down on Marcus Mariota. People thought, and when you go back, just go back and look at the games that he played in. You know, look at his stats. Marcus Mariota wasn't playing terrible football.
3 years in a row, they were 9-7.
9-7, right?
They had winning records every year. So it's like,
don't it remind you of Tannehill a little bit? You know, Tannehill was in Miami. He wasn't playing trash ball. Peace out, Nate. Hey, y'all, go sub up to Nate Talks Giants, man. He's best youngin' on YouTube. I swear, he knows all his ball, college stuff, especially when it become draft season. Definitely go sub up to him. But Tannehill was playing good ball, bro. I thought he was playing decent. Touchdown to interception ratio was like 2-1. He was looking all right. They just didn't want to, you know, I think it's because they couldn't pay him. They like, and that might be the problem with guys like Daniel Jones too. It's like, are you playing well enough for us to pay you that quarterback kind of salary when you re-sign? And I think that's what happened to Marcus Mariota. And same thing for Ryan Tannehill. They're like, well, we can't really, you know, sign this guy. So they Ryan Tannehill was a trade, right?
Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee traded something over, didn't they? He was a free agent, wasn't he?
I can't remember if it was that they traded for him or if they signed him to a 1 year deal. I think they signed him to a 1 year deal, and then after they had the good season, they gave him the extension.
Yeah, so I mean that's a quarterback right there. He's balling.
He had an amazing year the end of the year last year, and this year he's just as good. I think he's like 4th in the league in touchdowns. He's got 5 interceptions. Like, that Tennessee offense, I mean, I'll talk about Derrick Henry, but that Tennessee offense in general is explosive.
Yeah, Corey Davis and A.J. Brown are like a crazy
I think Corey Davis, you could get rid of him. I think you could get rid of him. I know he's having a really good year, and it's been a consistent good year, but I think he's entering his free agent year too. I don't think they re-sign him. I think you got to try to bring in a younger player, cheaper, that could maybe just fill the shoes and do that. But you're right about that. I mean, they literally have bona fide weapons. And me and Tim was talking about this off air too. San Francisco got the same kind of thing, even though their 2 wide receivers have a similar skill set with Brandon Ayuk and Samuel out there. Those are 2 ballers. And then you got, in my eyes, the best tight end in football with Kittle. When he's healthy, he's the best tight end in football. All you need is a quarterback. We got Raheem Mostert back there, and you got a slew of running backs. It damn near don't even matter who's playing running back in a Kyle Shanahan system. You could plug and play anybody back there. That offensive line is pretty decent. We know that defense can play. That defense can ball out. All they really need is a quarterback. And I think games like this kind of show you if they had Colt McCoy just taking care of the ball, they probably win this game.
Yeah. I mean, you got to give Garoppolo some credit, man. When he's in there, they win some games. So you know, San Fran, they're doing what they can with Nick Mullins and Beathard. But I think that when Garoppolo comes back, they're gonna be all right.
So one more thing was I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on really fast. So you know how Jacksonville and the Jets, right? They're both have the same record, but Jacksonville has a tiebreaker for the #1 pick.
Yeah.
Do you remember? I can't like really think about it. I haven't really gone too much into it because you guys just kind of sparked this in my mind. Mm-hmm. Is that has there ever been a point where the top 2 teams that are going to be drafting and then with a top heavy quarterback class have young quarterbacks already on their roster when going to go draft these quote unquote franchise quarterbacks in the first round. Like with the Jets having Sam Darnold and Jacksonville having Gardner Minshew.
And what Gardner Minshew's what? This is third season.
This is his second year.
Second
I got
season.
no respect for Gardner Minshew. They don't. Piece. Like they're done with the kid. If they get this number one, which it looks like Jacksonville's in place to get, they're gonna take Sunshine.
Yeah, of course they are. But
I'm saying, yeah, you're right.
I know that Scotty Boomz and I both kind of have talked about Gardner Minshew based on his statistical performance. I mean, you brought it up last show. Like he's not a bad quarterback, and when you watch him play too, like for me, I love to see a quarterback. It's not Patrick Mahomes because Patrick Mahomes is a unicorn, right? But you see what Patrick Mahomes does. Patrick Mahomes makes plays, right? No matter what the situation is in front of him with the line, like the pressure, the route running, like he just seems to find a way to make plays.
Great pocket awareness, but the weapons are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Jacksonville don't got no weapons like that. They got a running back.
But you see how Gardner Minshew maneuvers in the pocket and he makes plays. Like it's not like anything like eye-boggling, but I feel like Gardner Minshew can be a good quarterback in this league.
And that's your guy too. I tell you what I do if I'm Jacksonville. I trade Gardner Minshew. Maybe get a pick for him because what do you think his value is right now?
He was a 7th round draft pick. I mean, I don't think you get much more than a 6th.
6, yeah, 6 or 5th probably.
A 6 for Gardner Minshew. So I take the pick. I'll take the 6, and I'll draft it. If I got the number 1 pick, I'm taking the kid. He could be a unicorn like you are talking about right now.
Best prospect since Andrew Luck is what they're saying, and we know Andrew Luck was a generational talent.
And if you're Jacksonville, you got the running back. You got a young, good running back on a rookie contract in James Robinson. You got a few little wide receiver pieces over there, that could get the job done. But I'll take whatever I could get for Gardner Minshew right now. I think you could get a little bit higher for Gardner Minshew because the statistics have shown that he could play. He's in that Mitchell Trubisky kind of Jimmy Garoppolo kind of realm, I don't think he's in that Sam Darnold kind of realm. Does that mean Sam Darnold has no trade value?
We should
right. You know what I'm saying?
We should the number 1 pick. Then his value would go down precipitously, which is kind of weird to say, but that is the fact of the matter. That's
a great word, by the way.
Yeah, I feel you on that. I don't think any one of these teams is in position to trade away to pick. Who was the second quarterback off the board when Arizona took Kyler Murray? Anybody remember that?
This is 2018.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones at number 6,
and then Haskins.
Jesus.
I forgot about that guy, the strip club. So let's talk about strip clubs, man.
Yeah. So Fuegos.
Anyway,
BYOB. That's a good look.
One time we should do like a
nope.
Like a quarterback thing, right? So like Minshew or Darnold. Like that sort of thing.
Oh, who do you take?
Yeah.
Right now I take Minshew. I mean, he's proved that he can play better. I mean, but Darnold was with the Jets, man. The Jets are awful.
And Minshew, I don't know why I know he's like 24 probably, but he looks to me like a 30-year-old quarterback.
He's aging fairly fast.
He looks like the lead singer of a hair band. What about
No, don't give him those kind of props. He look mangled, bro. He don't look like he could be in no like hairband from the 80s or nothing like that. Nah. He look like Steven Tyler look now, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
No. Okay, what about Jimmy Garoppolo or Mitchell Trubisky?
Jimmy Garoppolo. But man, I don't know because
you see, this game will be fun, man.
Trubisky, man, I don't know. He don't really got that many weapons either. I mean, I think Miller's a pretty good wide receiver for a number 2, but it's just not so proven. And then Robinson's the kind of guy that I don't even want the Giants to try to mess around with that in free agency. I don't think that's the top guy.
You think he could be like a Mahomes if he was on Kansas City?
Oh no.
Hey, Reed.
Oh no. The only person that could be like Mahomes with Kansas City is probably Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers.
Okay. What up, Tina? My bad. I see you coughing in your elbow. I didn't see you there. What's up?
Elbow cough.
Kyler Murray or Lamar Jackson?
Kyler Murray.
I go Lamar Jackson.
This game is so much fun.
Yeah. I go Lamar Jackson.
Josh Allen or Deshaun Watson?
Woo!
I'm going Deshaun Watson. Josh Allen is balling with Stephon Diggs right now.
Josh Allen. Right now.
Jalen,
that's tough.
Hey, hold on. Before you move on,
I love
Scotty,
Deshaun Watson.
when you talk about unicorns, And I'm going to say this. That's the one other guy that could go in that Chiefs offense and do what Patrick Mahomes does a little bit is Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, for sure.
Allen couldn't do that. Can't sling it. The arm, he don't sling it like that, bro. His accuracy is not like that.
But his accuracy is a lot better this year.
No, I'm not saying he's not an accurate quarterback. That's why I tried to emphasize
okay,
it.
I get what you're
His
saying.
accuracy is not like that. Like you see that throw Patrick Mahomes made to
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill on the sideline. I mean,
yeah.
come on, bro. Come on. That's not an Allen throw, but that
No,
could be a Watson.
The
bro.
best one was the one in the back of the end zone.
Oh my God, just amazing throws, man. Amazing throws.
Like just, people were like, they thought he was throwing the ball away.
And then the Mahomes got that little sidearm, that little look like, no look pass where he just kind of just turns it at the last minute, man.
Dad played baseball. His dad had a kind of like 3/4 arm slot.
You see a little bit of that with Kyler Murray, them little sides. But Patrick Mahomes will literally give you that no look, and he'll do them little signals where he'll be like, he wing that joint. It's crazy, man. That's a Madden. He playing Madden.
All right. Last one though. Baker Mayfield's or Kirk Cousins? One game.
One game?
Oh, one game.
Baker Mayfield. If it's one game, Kirk Cousins can't do it.
If the game is tomorrow, it's Baker Mayfield for me too, man. Baker Mayfield's been playing great ball, man.
Season long, that's a tougher decision.
They're saying Baker Mayfield is the new Kirk Cousins. Going to thrash bad defenses, but if you put too much in front of them, I mean, the Browns have been good. We can't label Baker anything yet. It's yet to
Both
be
have great running games too.
Right, and that's the thing. You give Kirk pieces, he can be successful, but maybe not going to carry the team himself. But
Sean G, what up, fam? I'm doing well, man. Good to see you in the chat, my dude.
this beat is fire. All right, it's getting late. Let's get everybody out of here. The beard.
I tried to get this beat to Allison like 7 years ago.
It's
Crickets.
killed right now. I haven't heard this one before. I really like this.
Beyonce need to be on this joint. What?
Shout out Beyonce. It's my girl. I'll text her.
This like the Austin Powers Beyonce vibe, Scotty. But you hear them NFL horns though?
Hey, like a Steve Sable. And the NFL in 1969 was a great
Right.
star.
I got a new sample I'm about to flip, Scotty. We might have a new, maybe not a new theme song for the intro, but we might have a new regular one here. I was watching the original Pelican Brief the other day.
Oh, I love that movie.
I heard
that
some
movie.
horns, boy. The Birdman hand rubs popped out. I said, I can't wait to flip this one. Maybe by next show.
Pause in a movie to hear like the background music, like, oh, wait a minute.
Yes, sir. My girl was watching that on Pluto. I said, what is that?
Ruined the whole movie for Gretzel. He's like, pause the movie. Let me get my gear.
Rewind it one more time. Then I get the Shazam going. I got to make sure to find out what it is. Bang.
All right, man.
Figured it out.
Here. Go to bed.
We flipping that, boy.
Can't do it.
Woo.
All right, the
Watch
beard,
out,
get
drop
him out
back
of here, buddy. Peace him out.
Hey.
Man, this that funky
Hey.
Cadillac.
Hey, take him home, Beard.
With the
Take him
fur
home.
coat. Hey, shout out to everybody that watched
Hey, one
us.
more on what you just said though. Heels with the fish in the heel. You know what I'm saying? Pimp vibes. What you know about that? The Mac.
Pampers has pimping.
Ben Peppin says Peppin was Peppin.
Hey, nobody say that nan nutter like the Beard say that nan nutter.
Dog. Ain't say nothing on it. Hey!
I knew you was the one. I knew you was the chosen one.
Oh, you like this?
Oh, enough.
Show enough.
Oh, man. Thank you for all the love and support in the chat. So, shout out to everybody who watched us on the YouTubes, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope. We appreciate all the love and the support. Thank you for everybody for all the super chats and donations this evening. We really do appreciate it. I believe we're going to be back Thursday night. We got to give y'all a little preview. It's going to be fun. So I think I'm going to wear my maybe my Santa Claus hat. And Gretzel got me ornaments for my beard.
Oh, yeah. Those
So
are crazy.
I'll have my beard ornaments in on Thursday night. I'm pretty sure Josie hasn't mentioned anything to me about it because you know how Christmas Eve be with
Latinos.
yeah. So
For sure.
we'll see. We'll see.
What y'all mean?
Though they open gifts on
They normally
Christmas Eve
celebrate,
mostly.
but Josie's mom sent me a invitation for Christmas Day with ugly sweaters. Gretzel, if you're watching, I need a ugly Christmas sweater if you have an extra.
Oh,
one.
we got you. We definitely got a couple of those.
And thank you guys. This was a lot of fun. I don't know. I had a lot of fun today.
Good show.
Even though it's been like super tough for me today because of
Backyatomy?
Oh, there goes. There she is. She was lurking.
She's with all caps.
He is.
All caps on everything except you.
Be late. You might already be late for something. You might already miss the event.
Oh, I'm going to add another sound effect to the board. I'm going to save that for later.
So yeah, we'll be here on Thursday. I just might
Josie's
have to.
whip. It's like Castlevania style, Scotty. You know what the deal is.
Oh man.
Tim is not Santa this Christmas. He's one of the deer in the front. Josie gonna be on the sleigh.
All right, the Bears, you're checked out. Looks like he's done for the night here.
He been trying to wrap it up for like 8 minutes. I'm throwing him big jokes.
All right. What I want to say is, what was it, that Jamie Foxx? You guys see that Jamie Foxx one where he's up there with this young comedian at somebody's roast, and he
100
fries this dude up all the way.
Emmett Smith's roast. This is your conscience speaking.
You're getting killed right now.
Another joke just failed. Why don't you just wrap it up and call it a night?
That was so cold-blooded. That's what you're doing in the Beard right there.
He's not a young comedian either. That's Doug. I can't remember his last name. Doug something, but
Doug Williams.
Is it Doug Williams? Yeah, I wanted to say Doug Williams, but I was like, wait a minute. But he was on the rise during that time too, man. Did a lot of comic view joints and all that. And Jamie Foxx ruined his career. He was just on Vlad TV talking about that interview like 2 months ago, man.
That's probably why I thought about it. Awthentik, man, get him out of here with the Ice Cube on.
Hey, you got anything, Tim? I mean, that's it?
Yeah, I think I pretty much wrapped everything up in my wrap up.
Hey, man.
Oh, hey, one more thing. Dwayne
Okay.
Haskins, if you're going to be stupid, be smart about it.
I don't even know what that means.
I've been meaning to tell you that, Dwayne.
That's the quote. That's the quote you had for
If you're going to be stupid, be smart about it.
He had that joint in the bag, Scotty.
I forgot about that.
He had that joint in the bag. He definitely had that joint in the bag.
I apologize here.
Yeah. Hey, man, thank you, everybody, for tuning in once again, man. Authentic in the Beard. Scotty, we appreciate you, man. Them intros be on fire for every recap and every preview we do. Shout out to the moderators for helping us out, man, with the channel. And everybody who was in the chat today, man, helping out with the audio issues, man. Our production team is on fire. I love that, man. Got a lot of love for Giants Nation, man. I'll see y'all on Twitter for the next couple of days until we come back on Thursday for the previews for Week 16. Can y'all believe it, man? We're here, Week 16, man. I think we're at 75 videos or something like that. Season flew by, man. Salute to you fellas, man, for the work that y'all been putting in on this channel, man. I hope y'all have a happy holiday. Scotty, I'm going to catch you in a couple days. 100. And chat, we appreciate y'all again, man. Giants Nation, stick with Dave Gettleman, stick with Daniel Jones. Yo, root for y'all players, man. Let's not hate on these Giants players. Salute to Evan Ingram for making the Pro Bowl this year. I don't care if somebody else got snubbed or not. That man's in the Pro Bowl. That's an accomplishment to, put up on the shelf, man, with the rest of the trophies. Hopefully one day we can put a Super Bowl trophy up there as well for Evan Ingram, man. But salute to the chat one more time, man. And yeah, man, Authentic in the Beard. One time for your boy.
So you heard it here first. Thank you again for tuning in to another episode of Authentic in the Beard preview recap show. We will come back again at 7 p.m. on Thursday for our preview show of next weekend. Hope you have a beautiful evening. Best of good luck and good night. Authentic in the Beard, best division of football.
Spike don't care.
One day y'all be so big, bigger than BSPN. That's not even a